Hey everybody, it's Saturday, and it's just me and McClay hanging out with you guys tonight, it seems like. So kick back, enjoy me and comic book Jesus alone, and hopefully more people will show up. But we got some cool stuff to talk about, and guys, you already know by the title what we want to talk about. So
What's good, everybody? It is it's a crazy day, crazy week, crazy night. We're hopefully there's going to be some more people showing up later. We'll see. The show might be short, show might be long, who knows? We'll see. We'll see what happens. Thanks for everybody that are hanging out with us. Now, listen, we talked a little bit about this stuff last night on the Hot 10. And I think the drunken chat crew talked about it too. I unfortunately started feeling just like really shitty, so I didn't get to go jump on with them last night. But this is getting crazy, ladies and gentlemen. This is getting beyond fucking ridiculous. $585 on 83 bids for a 1 in 25 that just came out Wednesday on a character that everybody is hyping as the next Miles Morales. We have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. What the fuck is going on? Less than 2 minutes in it, I've already dropped the F-bomb twice because this is balls crazy. Balls to the wall crazy. Not only $585, $495. $400. Best offer for $425, $400, $400, $335, $300, $300. What is going on? And that's not it. Look at this, you guys. Let's go look at just stuff that hasn't sold yet. 31 bids, $335, $265, $275, 19 bids, $300. 2 days left.
yeah,
what is going on? This is crazy. This is crazy. And Nate 138th, I think you might be right, man. We talked about this on the Hot 10. Bleeding Fool, as we will appropriately call them tonight, has overhyped this thing, and people are buying in. People are buying. I so wish right now Mighty, I was able to be on the hot drunken chat last night because I want to know more what Mighty Melvy has to say. I know, he kind of agreed with us a little bit last night. He was able to jump on the Hot 10 for a little bit of time last night and talked about what he thought about this craziness. But this has just gone too far. Hold on, let me find this.
Is this just people just scared to not be on it in case it does hit? So
yes, this is complete FOMO, bro. And I don't know if people are reading it. Did people even read this book? You know what I mean?
I did.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's a cool character, but this is the problem, right? Everybody is thinking that this is the next freaking Marko Djurjevic 1 in 25 Miles Morales. Well, guess what, you guys? Let me lay in a little something for you guys. First of all, that Marko Djurjevic cover had Miles on the cover. Do you guys see Tosin anywhere on this cover? I don't see Tosin anywhere on this cover. I see Gentle, Black Panther, and Storm. Good for you, John Longshot. Congrats. I'm going to give that a clap. Congrats. Anybody else sell that book tonight? Because if you have it and you're not selling it, you might be making a bad move right now. Yeah. Get that. I don't do it, Dennis. I wouldn't even want you to do this as a joke because it is such crap. Like, this is ridiculous, you guys. Are we jumping the shark? Is this the Jump the Shark book? Is this a Jump the Shark book?
This is what I'm thinking. That's exactly what I'm thinking.
So yeah, right.
It has to be.
Black Panther 3, A New Ultimate Fallout. Tosin, the new Miles Morales. You fucking asshole. you who I'm not even going to say who wrote it. I don't care.
Ooh, you caught me because I almost fucking said fuck you.
Yeah. So this is gotten so ridiculous. And guess what, you guys? Miles was on the Djurjevic. I don't see Miles on this. And second of all, if you guys have read this, it felt like not only are they're creating this new Tosin character, but they're hyping the Gentle character more than Tosin. One, you got Gentle showing up, beating that, just totally destroying T'Challa, and then you find out basically you're looking at a new X-Men. So he's going to be a new X-Men. He's a new quote unquote, X-Men from. No, I don't think he's from Wakanda. He's from somewhere else, right? But that seems like the character they're hyping.
Hey, Dennis, if you want to come on, shoot McClay a thing. We'll send you a link.
Yeah, I'll send you a link, Dennis, if you want to come on. I'd love to hear what you have to say about this. Let me go ahead and do this here. Oh man, this is just beyond crazy, you guys, and it's like happening live in real time right now. I've never seen anything like it. Let me send a link. I'm gonna send it to your IG. You can drop in if you want, brother. Where'd that go?
Dude, you think it's just people are just scared of being left out?
100% people are scared of being left out. 100%. It is FOMO to the 10th degree. I mean, look at this. $300 with 2 days left. $300, 3 days left. $300, almost 4 days left. This is bonkers, you guys.
I can't even imagine the sniping that's even going to happen then if everybody's bidding this far out, this high.
If this book hits $1,000, if this book hits $1,000 raw, there could be some problems, you guys. This is not good. Shout out to Nimesh Patel with the $49.99 super chat. Nimesh, thank you, brother. We appreciate you. For those of you guys that don't know, this is Modern Comic Mayhem. We are Tales from the Flipside channel, and you guys can support us by doing the very simple effort of subscribing, that red subscribe button below if you guys haven't subscribed already. And if you guys have already subscribed, thumbs up. Give us that thumbs up. And for those of you guys that are able, we appreciate the super chats. Nimesh, much love to you with the $49.99 super chat. We appreciate it. He says, longtime viewer, about time I paid for some of the cornbread. Keep up the great content. Thank you. We appreciate you. Drink to Nimesh.
Mm-hmm.
This is right, like, where's the troll? Where is it? It's got to be in here somewhere. It's got, and yeah, James Kreider, can't wait until the second print with him on the cover, and this is back to a $25 ratio book, right? Where's the design variant? Where is Swagglehouse? Swagglehouse says, sorry, real quick. Swagglehouse says Miles had to build up his fan base over the years. This feels like pure speculation, like who already is passionate about this character. Yeah, there's something weird going on here. Like, I've seen some fuckery going on the past year or two, and it's been very obvious.
This one's kind of topping it.
This one is beyond crazy. It's crazy. And the problem is, and here's the problem, right? Like, and it's not a problem. Again, I'm not calling this. I'm not saying that this is an issue, because it is what it is. This was the #1 book on the Hot 10 because it was selling for $200 out the gate before we even talked about it in the Hot 10. Now,
was this a heavily ordered book?
No, that's the thing. It wasn't heavily ordered. That not that I know of. People. I mean,
there seems to be a lot of 1 in 25s.
Yeah, there's quite a few out there, but I mean, it's a $500 book right now. This is bonkers. And I don't know, man. I don't get it. Yeah. It's only been 4 days. Yeah. We'll see what happens. Yeah.
Because even that, like that Albuquerque one, and so when the Thanos cover one, remember that one took a while, like, before it caught, like, you were buying them, for $40 for
A week, yeah.
At least
a week. Yeah, this is crazy, you guys. I don't know. I don't even know what to think about this at that point, other than we have hit the jumping of the shark, the Dogecoin of comics, says JJ. Nah, I don't know if this is the Dogecoin of comics, because Dogecoin you could have got in cheap. You couldn't have got in on this one cheap. This one was selling for like $100 out the gate. And how about this one, you guys? You guys want to hear some real crazy fuckery? There was a guy I heard that on eBay had 500 copies. He was pre-selling this 500 copies. People were buying this off of him for $15, $25 a book. And guess what? They ain't getting it. They are not. I would love to know if you get your multiple copies you bought off the guy that was selling 500 copies of this.
I bet not. Everybody that he owes that 1 in 25 to.
This is crazy, dude. This is nuts. I mean, let's look at some of the early sales, right? Let's go back to some of the early sales. Man, this is crazy. 110, 115. I mean, right out the gate.
Clicking their heels right now.
Oh, my God, man. If they sell it, hopefully they sell it. Hopefully they'll be smart. What?
Oh, no. Keep going. I thought I saw one for 30.
$29.99. Yeah. Look at that. $29.99.
When was that sold?
That was sold the 13th. The 13th. The Comic Lord, he sold one. He's hating life right now. He is not happy. Let's bring in a retailer in here that's just laughing his ass off as we talk about this.
First of all, the Comic Lord is my buddy Lauren Becker. He's the guy that picked up that Spider-Man 667 for $1,000.
Well, good for him. Shout out to Comic Lord.
So he better send that $29.99 copy out, or the karma will smack him.
Yes.
So all the smart people that bought it back in December.
So what's the deal, Dennis? What do you think about this?
Okay, first of all, no hint whatsoever this book was going to be anything.
Yeah, none.
Second of all, I don't think I even saw Torrent Clark's name in the solicit because, as you know, I'm on a tear on Torrent Clark right now.
Yes. Yep.
So, you know, I love my boys over at Marvel, but they dropped the ball on this one because I would have probably bought a ton of the Torrent Clark if they made that the A cover.
Well,
So let me know. I got a bunch of them here. Hold on.
Let's hear them. I'm loving it.
Third of all, this ain't no FOMO. This is way beyond FOMO. This is like a FOMO panic. I don't even know what to call it. Because, you know, to push a book, and you know, I've always said that you guys underestimate ratio by a large margin. Like, I've never sold at ratio $1 per in over 10 years. Because to me, a $4 book costs me $2. And if I got to buy a 1 in 25, that costs me $50 to buy 25 copies. I'm not taking 25 for the 1 in 25, especially if I'm only ordering 15 regularly and I got to buy $20 extra worth of comics to get that 25, you know, that 1 in 25. I want way more than that. I want like a point and a half, maybe 2 points. And then it also slides up. So when it's a $4.99 book or a $5.99 book, you know, I want more per ratio. So, but I want to get to the big point, which is these $485 sales and these $500 sales. There has been something that's going on, and it's going to require you to do a Google search. Google search or eBay search. eBay search Princess Diana Bear.
Okay.
I'm going to show you something. And I think
the Beanie Baby or just Bear? The
Beanie Baby.
Okay.
And you know how you always see on, you know, like, oh, these top 10 collectibles are the clickbait things.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you go through, everybody's asking 900,000. Now look at sold.
Yeah.
I'm showing everybody some, like, you know, inside baseball here. Okay, now do it by highest first.
You think people are laundering money? What do you think is going on here?
No. So click on one of those. crossed out, that means they didn't pay.
Or is that what that means? If it's
Yeah.
crossed out,
That means they didn't pay. Go back.
crossed out.
Crossed out. So all of these, they're all getting bought by like low feedback. Basically, they're sabotaged. So the Beanie Baby community as a whole is like, fuck you guys with your $10,000 and your $900,000 for a Diana bear. We're going to show, and especially they know all the little tells. They know what the tag, the spacing in the tag is and all that stuff. So I think like the community of these little knitting grandmas that collect Beanie Babies, they get a hair up their ass that these people are trying to sell, are trying to scam, for lack of a better word. So they go in and they just start creating fake accounts and they start buying these things and letting these people twist in the wind, and then they get reposted and blah, blah, blah. And I think that this may be the first documentable case. I think it's pissed off fans that missed out on the FOMO at $50, $75, $100, and they're
So let me ask something real quick, because you said because it's crossed out that it was not
go back to that
paid
one.
for. Yeah, that one wasn't crossed out, right? So if I click on some of them, right, and I go to sold and I go here and I go here, this is crossed out, but the one that means it didn't sell, right? And then if I go to one where it's crossed out here, right? Like
that's the same bear. Look, it's the same bear.
Yeah, but hold on. I clicked on another one that was crossed out, and
see, look
it
at that,
wasn't
3 of them in a
crossed out.
row on the couch. You know
What the fuck? Where's the one I clicked on where it wasn't crossed out, and it was crossed out here, but it wasn't crossed out when I clicked on it.
But it was a zero feedback. It was a zero feedback buyer.
So look, so when I click on this one that was crossed out, it's not crossed out there.
Right. It's a zero feedback buyer. And what day did it sell?
No, this is a zero feedback seller.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, but go back. I think it was.
Yeah, I thought.
Anyways, listen.
There's fuckery afoot. Yes. And I think that if you go back over these $400, $500 sales in a week or a month, you're going to see most of these are going to get crossed off. They're going to get canceled because there's no. I mean, look, 83 bids. Can you click on that and see who the bidders are?
Yeah. Yeah, it goes up.
Feedback bidder up.
Yeah. 30 feedback, 139, 1,000. I mean, it looks pretty safe. 4 feedback.
Yeah.
Well, here's what I think. I think that we've jumped the shark, obviously. The character is... So for those of you guys that don't know, this is the character Tosin Oduye. Cool character, very cool character. Is if you read the story, it's got a cool little setup about him. He's kind of back to the Earth type thing. He doesn't like all the machinery and all the technology being used with vibranium. So they start using vibranium in their, more tribal things, their dances and stuff, and they tattoo them with it. And basically they say that the vibranium comes from the Earth and they are part of the vibranium naturally, right?
You're the first person to describe what this guy is.
It's really freaking cool. It's a cool setup. I like the setup, and basically he's coming out and saying, I'm the guy now to fuck with. I'm not the guy. Yeah.
He doesn't like that it took the greed and the technology and everything, and he wants to keep it like old school and basic.
Yes. Shout out to Vinny Kumar, who hit me up before the show, and he's like, "Is this freaking real? Is this happening? Like, this is absolutely bonkers." And here's the other thing. I've heard behind the scenes. I've heard a lot of stories about people getting allocated big time, and they are pissed. There are people that caught on to this a little bit. And they they put in huge orders and they told all their people to put in huge orders and they got shut the fuck out. Just nothing, right? And they're mad. They're very mad. So I'm not saying that it's 100% sure what you're saying, Dennis, but there's a damn good chance because there's a lot of mad people out there right now that are seeing a book sell for $500, $600 that they ordered 20 of.
Yeah. Click the $4.95. That next one. Click.
Yeah.
There's a place where you can see the feedback of the buyer.
Oh yeah, you have to look at the bids.
Okay.
So why is it not letting me look at the bids?
Right. I'm just saying. I just think. Oh, that's another Michigan. Man, everybody in Michigan got on this but me. Damn. I'm just sitting here eating my Cheerios.
Yeah, this is it won't let me see them right now.
Okay.
Because maybe it hasn't sold. I don't know. Usually it says see the list of the bids, right?
Right.
Why is it not letting me see the list of the bids on these? It's
weird,
probably not
man.
Done
yet. Is it done?
Let me check this.
Well,
yeah, they're done.
How many of the people who bought at 75 and heard that it was going for 300 and then flipped it at 300 without even having it in their hands from the guy they bought it for 75 from?
Well, this was the best offer. That's why, is because there's no bids, because it was no bids. So we need to find something with bids.
When
best
they cross
offer.
Off the US, when they cross
Here we go.
Off
Here we go. So bids, it'll tell me the bids. This was a buy it now, buy it now. This was a buy it now that they took a best offer under 424.
Right, no, I know that. Yeah.
So let's find another bids. Right? Buy it
that's
now,
what
buy
I'm
it
saying.
now.
All those up there.
They're all buy it nows. Only one was a bid. Only that big one was a bid.
But
Here we go. 45 bids. Here we go.
How many of these are people who bought it for 75, then flipped it for 250 when it was at 250, and then the guys that bought it at 250 are flipping it for 400 or 500 now, and the guy that sold the initial one for 75 hasn't even shipped out it yet, and he's thinking, "Fuck, I'm just going to cancel that order and sell it for 500."
Yep. Or the guys. There's multiple people selling the same book that don't realize they're not getting the book.
No, exactly. It's at this point, it's one of those shell games or a pyramid scheme.
Yes. One listed now for $795, another one for $1,000. This is crazy, you guys. This is getting just out of hand. I don't know.
There was something like this, and then you talked about the one guy who listed 500 copies.
Yes.
I'll tell you what this is a lot like. When Captain America 25 came out, we all heard I want to say the day or the week before, like a couple.
Yeah.
Early enough that we knew it was going to be hot as a retailer. But then we found one seller. And this is one of the things that everybody goes like, "Oh, I loved Wizard. Oh, Wizard was the best. Oh, I missed the days when Wizard." There was one seller, and I can't remember if it was New York or New Jersey, and we tracked it down, and we busted the case wide open. Wizard Magazine did an exclusive for Wizard World Los Angeles, I think it was.
Yeah.
And they found out ahead of time that Captain America was getting killed in Cap 25, and they were allowed, well, they were given the info to do this variant, and so that it could be in the magazine as, a special edition Death of Captain America. They got all the insider information, and they bought thousands of copies, and they weren't selling it for $20. All of a sudden it was $10, $20. And I think at one point they were getting $100 a piece, and they were selling, and we were tracking it, and they were selling hundreds of them per listing. And all the listing, and meanwhile, stores are like, "Dude, we had no idea. Customers, please." I got a back order for 100 copies, and I told my best customers, "I guarantee you're getting one at cover price, but will you please let me sell your copy for the stupid money that these idiots are like lining up to pay?" And they're like, "Dude, if you guarantee I'm getting it, I trust you." And so we knew we had 100 copies coming in because Marvel said, "Hey, put a back order in. We guarantee you we're overprinting it. We guarantee you." And so we were allowed to make some of that secondary money, but Wizard was making that money all fucking day long. And then on top of that, they got to sell their variant at their convention, which everybody was throwing money at.
I want to ask you something about this because you're a retailer. We love our retailer people in the community.
And you guys always give us a shout out too.
Hell yeah. And I was talking to Jesse the other day about similar type stuff, and there is this thing that sometimes happens, and there is whether it's gatekeeping or just being in an old boy club, big boy club or whatever they call that. But this is very interesting because Spillpen Comics says, I placed an order for 3 of them and my shop owner said he can't sell them to me and gave me my money back. Bullshit. I want to know who your shop owner is.
I will say this. There are a few times, and so everybody knows I sell on Amazon. I'm like, I think Yee called me the king of Amazon when it comes to selling. And if you see the prices I get, you'll understand exactly why. I control every one of my markets. I sell it for what I want to sell it for. They might not sell right off the bat. It might be 20 people selling it cheaper on eBay. But I like the Amazon experience. So with that being said, Amazon, the computers that run Amazon are smart. They're they're smarter than they think they are. And they will take like a Catwoman Volume 2, number 25, and they'll merge it with a Catwoman Volume 325 because it has the word Catwoman 25 and volume in it.
Yeah. Okay.
So then let's just say Catwoman Volume 2 gets really hot, and I had a Catwoman Volume 3, and all of a sudden I sell the Volume 2, and I'm like, I go in the box, and all of our stuff is bin category, and I'm like, dude, the only Catwoman 25 in this box is Volume 3. What the hell happened? So we got to cancel the order every once in a while.
Well, here's my question. And listen, I might get a little slap on the hand for this, and if so, I'll wear it. But this type of stuff is bullshit. If you put in a pre-order for this, and he got your books, and you already paid for them, to the point where he had to give you money back because he wants to sell it for more, that's fucking bullshit.
13 years ago, Spider-Man met Obama. And those books were popping off at $150 a piece. I had Usher call me up to order copies because he saw me on the news on Fox News as having a line outside my store. Every single customer that had Amazing Spider-Man on their pull at my store got a first print in their box at cover price. I gave them the option to buy one of the regular variants, the special Obama variant, which was a variant. It was, that's cover A, Spider-Man with the two girls, or with on a date. I can't remember what it was. And then the Obama was like a special, order as many as you want, but you had to be paying attention. I said line starts at 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. I can't remember what time we started. The first 50 people in line get it for $60. Any pull customer that had it on their pull. And of course, everybody's like, hey, Dennis, man, hi. Remember I stiffed you on that giant stack of books a year ago? Hey, man, can I get one of them Obamas? I'm like, yeah, stand in the line and fucking wait your turn, and you can pay whatever the price is when it gets there. At the end of the day, I was selling 125 a piece because the eBay price was doing just like this. eBay was up to 150, 200. We were at 125 in store. We'd let everybody know, blah, blah, blah. And we did, I brag about it because it was the greatest week of my store's history. We did $40,000 in 10 days.
Wow. Shout out to
paid every bill.
Shout out to Uniform 13. He says, McClay, the Run the Jewels Ice Cream Man variant completely sold out. Thank you for the $2 super chat, Uniform 13. Appreciate you. Make sure you guys follow Uniform 13 on whatnot. That Run the Jewels variant by Illuminati is amazing, absolutely amazing. Like we'll get into that a little bit later. We're gonna hit on that. Shout out to Illis, who's just
Dude, he's
killing
it. He's killing it on a daily basis.
Yeah. Well,
he's got such a sharp mind for pop culture and
how to set things in the like. I'm not saying he's a good artist or a bad artist, but to me, what he does so well is like setting up like how things are situated, or like, like he doesn't need to be a good drawing artist because his design layouts are so good. His color layouts.
It's the first guy who figured out chocolate plus peanut butter.
Yes.
And putting them together. And that's really what he's the brilliant with is Mona Lisa and Department of Truth. Have we tried that? No? Okay. Nirvana, baby, Department of Truth. What? Never thought about that.
Ice Cream Man and Run the Jewels was perfect. The colors, we'll get into it. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful.
But see, this one, but think about this Black Panther here for a minute, though. Okay, so this is on, I want to say this is about the 10th book. You put together the list every week. Mm-hmm. This is about the 10th book in the last probably 4 to 6 weeks, where the 1 in 25 was tearing out of the gate.
Yes. Yep. Last week it was the Catwoman, and they ruined that with the second print. Right?
So, what I'm saying is, I can see a 25, you guys have all set the bar 25 for a 1 in 25. And then when it pops off at 50, alert, 50, it's going for double ratio, or as Dennis calls it, single ratio.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's a great point. You're 100% right. That's the way we should look at it. We should look at it at what you're paying for it, not the dollar to dollar ratio, because it's not 1 to 1. It's 2 to 1. It's sometimes 2.5 to 1, 3 to 1.
Exactly. So when you guys, and I'm not blaming you guys for this.
No, of course not. That's just become the norm.
Call out that a ratio is going for 50. All of a sudden, people are like 50. Oh my God, I got to get that. And then it goes 75. Then it hits week 1 at number 8 on the list, and then it hits week 2 at number 2 on the list.
Well, this is it's good to talk about these things, because we don't think about things like this because we're not retailers. It's very important to get these, and this is another thing I want to say. You guys, talk to your retailers, talk to your friends that are retailers, talk to your local comic shop owners, have a relationship with them so you know these things. They'll pass this knowledge down. Yes, some. Well, at least when they know you're in it for a reason.
I guarantee you. Here's the other thing that, if you try to talk to your retailer and they sound like a fucking dipshit asshole and don't understand why you're buying Department of Truth, why you want every variant by Torrin Clark, why you want, everything that Javon Jordan does, and they don't buy it for you, I guarantee you, it might take you a 20-minute drive. It might take you a 45-minute drive. Go find the retailer that you go to when your guy fucks up, and give him your weekly business. Don't just give him the bottom bitch treatment where, I got all 20 of my books this week from the retailer who doesn't know dick from Shinola, and then I drove 20 minutes over to this other store so I could swipe up all the copies of the really good book that he was smart enough to buy, and let those 20 books that I gave to the dipshit, my money to the dipshit on, I was literally, I'd call people out when they walked in my store. I know it's hard to believe. I call people out. I go, what did my competitor run out of this week? Oh, you mean the book that I have a giant stack of over here? Why do you keep going to him first? Give me the business for your other 20 books. Oh, well, man, I've been with him for like 20 years, bro. And he's just too stupid to buy all the books that you're smart enough to buy. So I come over here so I can just swipe up all of your books. Well, I'm only allowing you to buy one of those. Come on, bro, man. Let me. You could have put it on your poll and gotten 20 of them. I don't know what to say, but you're only allowed to buy one because you don't buy any of your other shit here.
Oh, here we go. The Black Panther second print is scheduled for 3/9/22. Are you kidding? What up, Joe? Red Hood in the house. How you doing, brother? What do you think about all this craziness?
Man, so I heard this book is selling for $300, man.
600,
500.
700.
The
Yeah.
new listings right now are there's one for $7.95, one for $6.75, and I see one for $1,000.
I hope this isn't the book that kills
Listed.
comics, man. You know what I mean?
I'm not. I don't think it's gonna kill comics, but
Because like this is pretty bad, bro.
it's
You
really
know
showing.
it, right?
Holy cow! Here we go, you guys. All right, look at this. Here we go. What is this crap? All right, Bleeding Fool to the rescue again. Is it on here? Is the second print on here? No, that's Black Panther 1 second print. Okay.
Don't fall asleep on that Black Panther 1 though.
Yeah, that Black Panther 1 is nice. Where's the second print?
No, I'm saying that first appearance of that chick. What's her name? Oh my god, I forgot her name, but she's badass.
Well, I like the gentle character. I think that's a cool character so far. I want to find whoever can somebody shoot me where to find the link on the second print, because I want to see that. I want to see if they're using have they said they're going to use the divine variant, the design variant. Yeah, and here's the other thing, man. They're gonna piss so many people off. What did that?
There's one thing I could tell you about Marvel. They are gonna milk the marrow out of this book. They are not. They've got a month before we find out if this character's bunk or this character's legit, and they are gonna milk it for a month. Second print, third print. Oh my God, are they?
I want to see what the Catwoman 39 1 and 25.
Over 400, dude.
This is this is dropping. This is gonna drop like a rock once the second print gets out there. Like, this is crazy. I mean, don't get me wrong. This is a beautiful cover. Gorgeous. Absolutely, yeah.
It's an up and coming creator. But here's the thing: what's J. Scott Campbell's? Brian, you're the guy to ask on this. What's Scott Campbell's first art in a comic book?
It was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in Nintendo Power.
All right.
Oh yeah, that's nice, Brian.
Okay. Now,
it's a swimsuit issue. Jim Lee swimsuit.
Yeah,
issue.
FOC for that second print is the February 7th.
All right.
Okay.
It does, but the point is what is his fourth cover go for in regards to his first cover? And is it anywhere near the 10 rarest covers that he's ever made? People need to start extrapolating out the data. It's all there. It's Moneyball. You know, when you're going to drop $150 on this, Catwoman, and I got it. So Zamaka is like great. Okay.
Amazing. She's unreal.
Amazing. But
she's fresh.
Is her first art, is her fourth art ever going to be bigger than J. Scott Campbell's first art, third art?
Didn't Art Germ do a Catwoman that looked like Michelle Pfeiffer that almost looked like that, Brian?
I know there was a Michelle Pfeiffer one. I love this one.
Yeah,
right, and that looked so similar to that, except she wasn't showing her ass.
This is bonkers.
Right. And then, I mean, hey, nothing for nothing, but I thought we were not supposed to be showing asses no more.
$1,000 buy it now. 1,000 or best offer. 7. Wow, you guys.
$1,000. Come on, man.
Let me see this. Good for them. I hope they sell it.
Here's the thing. How many people? Now that actually looks like a legit. I'm taking a picture of it.
Yeah.
But you got to look at the pictures here. How many of them are using somebody else's picture? Like if somebody had the time, I guarantee you, one of these $1,000, $800 is somebody who sold one like for $200 yesterday or the day before. You know what I'm saying?
Man, if I was selling this book for $1,000, I'd have about 15 pictures on there, man.
Yeah,
but you know what I mean?
People don't know
that wouldn't take me much time at all, man.
I bet you some of these people, Red Hood, are just flipping the book that they bought yesterday for $200, and that person is flipping the book that they bought for $75 2 days ago, and that the people selling these for $1,000 don't even have this book in their hand. They're hoping that the order that they made 2 days ago is going to come through.
Right, because what if the book comes damaged? That's being shipped
exactly.
to them. I think Brian brought that up, man. Before you have the book in hand, these these pre-sales and pre-orders, and especially when you're buying a book from somebody else.
That's another thing as a retailer. I never pre-sold. I didn't say I never. A couple times I did, but as a wholesale, like, you know, I know I'm ordering this, so I'm going to pre-sell it, or I'm going to pre-sell it, so if I sell it, I can order it. You can't trust Diamond. You can't trust Penguin. Yeah. Who the fuck do you think you are? You're Jesus Christ, and you're going to receive a box perfect if the book explodes like this?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, there's going to be some pissed off people. You know there is.
There always is. And I don't want their wrath. Period.
Is this it?
They made it to the cover, did they?
It's got to be bitch. Right.
Yeah, that book.
Wait, whose is this? Who is this? I don't know. Anyways, we'll see when it happens. But this is just it's becoming. And don't get me wrong, I like the story. The story is cool. If you guys are here for the beginning of the show,
that's really interesting.
Yeah, really cool. I love the vibranium tattoos and how they use the vibranium in their.
It's gonna be.
It just feels like a young Killmonger. That's what it feels like.
Yes, great. Wow,
he's gonna be a villain, but he's a villain with an ulterior view of what the hero has, and that's where we're all at right now.
Yes, you guys hit it on the head right there.
You know, it's that picture of a cylinder where you shine the light on it this way and it makes a square, and you shine the light on it this way and it makes a circle. You know,
like I'm not going to shit on anybody's, like, if they were lucky enough to pick up the 1 in 25 and they got a few of them and they're flipping them,
make some money. Hell yeah.
Yeah, make your money, dude. Like my speculator opinion is, like, when Bleeding Cool gets a hold of this story and they're calling this character the next Miles Morales, like, I don't even think they even said Miles Morales was going to be Miles Morales.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
We how do you? It was important. We didn't know how important.
You know, the last time I can remember them blowing up a character and the book went off was
Crazy Mel.
Was Totally Awesome Hulk.
He you remember when they came out with
Totally Awesome?
Shout out Lucy, Mama Comics, Comic Karma, baby.
The Wolverine Hulk, or what was it?
Weapon H.
Weapon H.
What
Bleeding Cool did a story on Weapon H, and that book went bonkers. Not like this, but it went bonkers. Like,
but you can. Here's the thing. And first person I messaged when this was all going bonkers at $75 to $100 was I messaged Mel, and I'm like, next Miles, really? I'm sorry, man.
Where would they like
the next Miles to a Black Panther book would be a white kid born in Wakanda.
You know what I mean?
Well, the next question I would have is, how many copies do those guys at Bleeding Cool have?
Well, do you guys remember when Andrew Wiggins was coming out of high school and everybody was like, this kid is the real deal? They had him on Sports Illustrated. They called him the next LeBron. Right then and there, they ruined that kid. Dude, that kid never.
Drew Henson went to my high school.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm sorry. You would have thought that kid walked on water. I go into a strip club one night and there's no dancers anywhere. I'm like, where the fuck are the dancers? They're like, oh, Drew Henson came in, and they all want to be his baby daddy over in the corner.
Yeah.
If the kid had fucking focused less on my strip club and more on the fucking game, he might have been, Tom Brady worthy. Fuck.
Bro, they called Darryl Strawberry the next Ted Williams, and he fell in a box of cocaine. It's like.
Yeah, and that's what I think is very important, is that Mel, we talked about it with Mel last night, that they're just putting too much on this kid.
I agree.
And we're talking about him like he is a kid. And Mel made a great point. He's like, Marvel done fucked up because now they have to pull through. They have to make this kid.
I mean, here's the thing. At least I give Marvel the credit that if anybody can do it, they will. But how many fucking times in the last 2 years has everything banked on some new character over at DC? It's Punchline. It's the costume maker. It's the
clown.
Molly,
Clown Robin or whatever.
The Clown King, whatever. And it's like, dude, it's like they have Donny Cates syndrome, where it's like they throw this thing out there. They say it's the greatest thing since sliced bread, and it fucking folds like a cheap suit in like 4 issues.
Hey, Dennis. At least if they had Donnie Cates writing this, the character would have a chance. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Oh,
No,
man.
dude. Here's the thing. Red Hood.
Just who's writing this book? Who's
you know
writing
I
this
love
book?
you, but I will say this: as far as I'm concerned, this entire panel is far too white to understand what this character could mean and what this character done in the hands of a person of the same complexion. It might be, dude. I'm sorry. I watched Blade and Meteor Man. So when you start throwing Black Panther out as the first black superhero, I call your ass on that. Okay.
Oh man,
What happened?
this is the guy who's doing the guy who did Spider-Man 33, which was my cover of the year.
That guy. Yeah.
Is doing the second print.
Oh.
Shout out to Eric Hurd, who told me to go check out his art station. Does he have it on here? I wonder if he has it on here.
Isn't that? Oh no, that's DC.
Yeah, that's I Am Batman, Magic, Hardware that just came out. The Hardware just came out. So yeah, he doesn't have it on here yet, but his art is beautiful.
Go to his
Don't get me
IG.
wrong.
Maybe putting the tests up on his IG.
Yeah.
Who's writing Black Panther?
It is. Hold on here. I looked this up the other day. Where did he? Hold on. Let me do this. So, by the way, we were talking about Killmonger. Look in his part of that book. Shout out Sam and Sticks. Thanks for joining us, you guys. In that part of the book where they start talking about Tosin, they show a Killmonger versus T'Challa thing. And what do we have here? Just putting it in our heads. Killmonger, right? Putting it in our heads. That comes straight from the book right there. So, let me see. The writer is
John Ridley.
Yeah.
Is it? But who did this?
The motherfucker who negative feedback me? Fuck you, John Ridley.
Well, who wrote that story though? Who wrote the Tosin story?
Ridley.
Was that
did.
Ridley?
Mm-hmm.
Ridley.
Okay.
Yep, Ridley.
All right. Because I know it was three different
Okay,
little.
hold on. Hold on. I'm throwing this out there. This isn't part of my John Ridley hate. This is a whole.
The book is too big
Another
for
hate?
him.
No, here it is. John Ridley, when he signs his contract with Marvel, I guarantee you he gets points on anything he created. I guarantee it.
Do you guys know that Brian Steelfreeze gets credit for any time they use the Wakandan flag? That's pretty cool.
So, are you going to use Tosin in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, knowing you got to pay John Ridley 10 points to use this character? The mouse does not play with. We're going to pay. They will use every character they pay 0 pennies for before they ever touch a character they got to pay a nickel for.
They've made Shuri so cool in the comics to me that I don't see her matching up to what she is in the comics. Like she's a really great character in the comics. But what I do want to say real quick is, yeah, this was talked about as being the 200th, book of Black Panther from the Kirby Black Panther one. I get it, and I've seen people in the chat talking about, it was talked about, and there was said that there was a new first appearance in there, but nothing like this. Nothing where they're, Bleeding Cool comes out and drops the Miles shit on them.
Yeah, but this is like for them to have that type of a response saying, "This is the next Miles." Like, dude, like
this just sold right before we went live. A
It's a bold
585
statement,
copy.
Let's see how.
no,
it
it
plays
just
out.
sounds like a
No,
lot of
that's the one
fun.
we looked at earlier with the 83 bids.
It
No,
just sounds like
this one ended right before the show started, Dennis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this one that we looked at right before the show. Crazy, absolutely bonkers. $585 on 83 bids. This book came out Wednesday.
I will tell you, I bought 12 slabs off of Whatnot for $400.
I was watching.
And they were all 9/8.
Of 12 slabs of what?
Oh man, like early
like,
print,
Detective
short
Comics,
print, Amazing Spider-Man, like issue 405, 407. Did you see that?
Well, can we talk about
slabby
that?
patties.
I was
Talk
watching
about
you
this?
with him.
So was this the is this the Spider-Man stuff? Everybody's going crazy. Webhead stuff. Is that what we're talking about?
No,
And
I was
whatnot.
buying just slabs, 9/8
Okay.
slabs on a whatnot,
All right.
Yeah.
Never
and the
mind.
guy
We'll
was
talk about it
starting them
later.
off at $1.
Oh,
Drink.
time to drink.
So
Yeah.
my point is this: like, that's a sure thing. Like, you spend $500 on a brand new book.
Nice.
Look at that
Nice.
bootleg sticker. Isn't that sweet?
Yeah, Cobra Commander.
Yeah, but
I
it's
mean-
Cobra Kai.
Yeah. That is
Would you
dope.
would you spend $1,000 on this book, Brian?
No. Not right now. Hell no. Never. Ever. Ever. Not
So
right.
think
Not,
about
not
a
right now.
new collector getting into the game, spends
I was thinking
$1,000
about
bucks.
making a call on Monday to Marvel and doing a variant of the second print if they were going to. But after I found out it's John Ridley, fuck him.
Foil that shit, man. Foil that
That's
shit. Make some
foil
Tosin-
that design variant, man.
make
Because they'll
some-
do it in Mexico.
Make
Yeah.
some Tosin sneaker variants, dude.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go, man.
What up,
Dude,
Sam? Sticks, how
yeah,
you doing,
Dan,
brother?
they can have the Tosin sneaker
I'm doing
variant.
good.
This is
Dennis, I'll
bonkers.
draw up a cover for you, and it'll look like crap, so you'll know he's gonna be crap for his book.
There you go. I
Ah,
should have Chip Kidd do the cover.
oh no. Oh,
That was
God.
what he negatived us over because he bought Harley Quinn so he could do the
Man.
research. And we sent him the one that did this instead of the one that did this.
I tell you what, man. If I'm writing for Marvel, I'm calling Bleeding Cool. Hey, you want some inside dope? I got a new character, man.
yeah.
And you know what? I think that it's going to be the next Spider Gwen, dude.
Well,
Like,
and
but
I'll-
don't tell anybody. You know what I mean?
I was going to defend Rich Johnson. You know, everybody has their own opinion of him. I've always known him to be pretty straight up. He's definitely a muckraker
Yes.
and he loves the clicks.
Yes.
His dick gets hard off of clicks. However, the guy buys one fucking comic book. He reads it front to back, including the indentia. He reads every damn comic book that comes out. He is down there first thing Wednesday morning. He reads them all day. He is twittering all day. The guy is not pumping and dumping. I will tell you that. There's been not a million, but there's been plenty of times where he has done a hint, hint, wink, wink. Like, hey, because I'm a retailer. So he'll send me hey, did you order a whole lot of this book? And I'll be like, no, why? Might be the first appearance of this. And I'm like, really? Okay, I'll go buy another 20 copies of it. And most of the time, he's usually wrong. But the times he's right, they're great.
When is he right?
I mean, he's been right on. I can't think of any off the top of my head. But, oh, God, I can't. I really can't. I'll just look through my chats.
So,
actually.
did you read Black Panther 3?
No.
Yeah.
What
yeah.
part in there made you think Miles Morales?
None of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Case closed, Your Honor.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the problem. And I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he was just throwing a line out there trying to catch a fish, with a bare hook. He's just throwing it out there and he caught a fucking whale. You know what I mean? That could be it. I don't know, but people are going crazy and
Last time, one of the last things he threw me was he got to go to the sneak preview and just said rat catcher at Suicide Squad. And I was just like, rat catcher? And he just goes, that's all I'm saying. And I was like, what?
And he was great in Suicide Squad.
And you know what? I think you just made Ratcatcher was just on a top 10 list in the last week.
Yeah.
So
Shout out to Arthur who says better spec Bedlam, Tosin, Black Hulk. What the fuck? Yeah. All right. So this Bedlam stuff is weird too. And this Titan stuff is even weirder, right? We're giving Donny Cates too many passes at failure. At some point, you have to say, Donny Cates, write a story that is good from beginning to end because he hasn't done it in a long time. Name one.
in his defense, he is writing mostly with the idea that Hollywood's going to turn his shit into something, and they can't write an ending. So maybe he has to write it this way to make them understand it.
I think you're giving them too much there, man.
It's 4D chess, man. It's 4D chess.
Well, and now I hear we're getting Hulk versus Thor. Like,
Yeah.
isn't that special? All right.
Oh, hold on. A symbiote might be involved.
Yeah. Exactly.
And a character from 40 years ago that had one appearance in a nothing book.
Yeah, crossover was garbage. Crossover was bad.
He had all the tools. They
Yes.
let him do whatever he wanted to do. And
Yeah.
he dropped the ball colossally. It all is the best thing in that is a Chip Zdarsky joke for a cover.
Yeah. and even that Chip took over crossover, right?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna switch topics real quick.
Yeah, you better, because like I got in trouble the last time I was talking about Donnie King.
Yeah, I know. All right, so here we go, you guys. Shout out to Illis Illuminati. Just continues to be destroying the game. This Ice Cream Man number 28 variant is awesome. Just so good. And this will be it's so cool to see an artist, especially an artist that might not have been known much lately, or wasn't big, at the time, and then see them hit a stride of like 4 to 5 books in a row that are bangers. You know what I mean?
Can I tell you another thing though? He's too fucking good to do the same shit twice as well.
Yeah,
Whereas we're just talking about Catwoman getting wrecked by a second print that looks the same, and Black Panther's going to get wrecked because of a second print, blah, blah, blah. Dude, he won't do another fucking Run the Jewels for 20 more, 30 more issues. He's got 100 ideas backed up on this one, and he's going to do something different every fucking time.
Yeah. I'm really happy because I saw this. This was such a great picture to see. Illist and Sin Potter out here in the valley, seeing these two guys together. These are two up and coming artists, creators that are just doing really cool stuff. If you guys don't know,
are they the same militia?
Yeah. They got the same. They got the. I can't see their from below their waist, but they might be. For some reason, I can't see it. It just looks like it. I don't know what it is.
Torsos.
Yeah, just hovering torsos. But they have put out 2 amazing books lately, including this. This Sin. Is it Shin? I think he pronounces it Shin. But if I'm wrong, I apologize, my brother. You need to come on the show and let me know.
I tried to get him on. They canceled He canceled at the last second.
You son of a... No, I'm just kidding. He did put out the amazing Banksy book, which I called cover of the year also, and I called a couple books cover of the year because I had 3 picks, but this book was amazing. I love his what do they call that when I'm spacing, my canvas is getting the better of me. Remarks. Thank you, sir. I love the remarks he does on this, but I don't want him to remark a copy of this. I think this is so good just without remark, but it's cool to see these two kicking it, and maybe we can see some more.
Speaking of this, Banksy here. Did you see that Marvel had to settle with the artist, the graffiti artist out in California somewhere?
David Cho?
No. Are you on Twitter?
Yeah. I'll look. Hold on here.
Look at Rich Johnston, Bleeding Cool.
Marvel settles with graffiti artists.
Yeah. I actually dove into this one.
Yeah, Jennifer Corson settles lawsuit with Marvel over use of graffiti art.
So she does these big, huge pieces somewhere, and they had in the commercial they have Tony Stark in an Audi driving past this, and then they freeze frame on her art. Yeah.
Wow.
And then also she has like a special way she does LA that they closed in on. Yeah.
That they copied her stuff. Can't do that. Big no-no. Big no-no,
right?
people.
It is.
Don't steal art. It's a big no-no. We all know what happened to people like Matina. You haven't seen Matina be talked about much lately, have you? Don't steal art, Marvel.
You know, this all goes back. I was actually talking to, so I saw this earlier today. I was talking to my business partner. It reminds me of when Devil's Advocate. Do you remember the Keanu Reeves, Al Pacino movie?
Yeah, great movie.
And remember his office, he had all the naked people behind him and they were swirling when you saw it in the theaters, and then you're watching it on HBO or you're watching it on DVD, and all of a sudden you're like, hey, weren't they swirling in the movie?
Yeah.
That was all stolen from like a Vatican piece. Some artist in Italy did this piece for a church somewhere about, the temptation of devil. And when they go looking for art in Italy to start stealing for the movie, they stole this guy's piece, and then animated it. And he's like, hey, fuck you, pay me. And so they had to pay him. What?
You remember so Mortal Kombat the movie came out, right? And I went to go see it in the theaters with my friend, and we took a shit ton of acid and went and saw this movie. And when we were watching it, every time Shang Tsung would come up on the screen, his face would be constantly moving, like in the video game. And I was like, bro, that was after the movie. I was like, dude, that was such great special effects, dude. How Shang Tsung's face was always moving. And then I watched the TV. It was on TV one day, years later. I'm like, why isn't Shang Tsung's face moving? Like, what the hell? I totally remember that.
Do you remember Michael Jackson's black or white video where at the end all the faces start morphing, and then the redheaded chick does this and it turns into a black dude with dreadlocks?
Yeah.
I came home from the bar at 2 a.m, wasted out of my mind, high as a kite. I plopped down on the couch and I'm watching that video and I'm just like, they got through half the people before I even realized their faces were changing.
Well, all right, you guys.
That's a good story.
The anger has been set for the show. We had to start it off with that because this is crazy, and I'm sure
that's good stuff, man.
People are going to be talking about it for weeks and weeks to come. There's a lot of crazy things going on right now, and I definitely wanted to go over.
Can I say one more thing before you go?
Yeah, brother, of course.
Did you see CGC come out with their statement about?
Yes.
Come on, integrity in comics.
Yeah, hold on.
Something.
I'm gonna bring it up.
Say something.
Yeah,
what
I'm
happened?
Bring it up. Hold on.
What happened, man?
So
all I gotta say is drop mic.
Because all I know is I bought all these invisible slabs, and they didn't give me any graders notes. So, that's some bullshit, dude.
By the way,
I want to know why I got an 8.
CBCS always gives free graders notes. You know that.
I just want to know what made this a 9.6 and not a 9.8.
Hey, where did they release that statement? They released it on Instagram or Twitter or what?
I know it's on Facebook for sure.
Let me see here.
I had to do a screen capture and then share. And
And
I think it was somebody else. They did it on the CGC forums. They didn't make it public, but people shared it from the CGC forums.
All right, I'm going to Facebook. All right, so you listen. I've talked about my thoughts on this. I'm a fan of the way Dinesh does his things to get us talking about him. Now, I'm not a fan of making a mockery of things. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a fan of that. But I didn't necessarily think he was making a mockery of things when he first talked about doing it. I thought it was a funny, cool thing, kind of like the Young Avengers 9.5s that way they did, right? It was a one-off type thing, and I thought that was kind of cool.
But if you remember when Nico interviewed him, they started talking about the integrity of the company. This was a year and a half ago, and how 9.5 was a huge mistake. We will never do that again. And then they put a 10.0 empty comic book that they also put a 0.5 out for. If you take money to assign a grade, you are no longer using your integrity to grade a comic book. You are taking money to sully your name.
All right, here we go. CGC asked by. Okay, so here's another bad thing. Like, right. You're right, and like I get where you're coming from, and I get where people are coming from. I see it. I understand it. CGC is saying that when we put a grade on something, we're certifying it as real, I guess you could say, or it has integrity. Our name has integrity behind it. But when we do shit like this, it's sullying our name. I get that, right? So here's
the thing. What if the honest or the promise collection, you know, and Heritage came to them and said, "Hey, this is the greatest collection ever. We want you to grade it." What if Heritage said, "By the way, this briefcase has $1 million in it, or it doesn't? Why don't you decide how those grades are after you open the briefcase up?" You know what I'm saying? If you know that they took money from Dinesh to encapsulate nothing and grade it between 0.5 and a 10.0, you know that their grades can be bought because that is a bought grade.
Yeah, because they didn't do it for free, bro.
Yeah,
exactly.
I get that they're bought grades, but they're also obviously not fucking comic books.
If I can buy a piece of paper from CGC with whatever grade I want, what?
That says it's a comic book, and it's not.
I'm sorry. Do they grade air? Do they grade air normally?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it says it's a comic. It says it's an invisible comic, right?
So
and it's not.
At the point at which that 10 is in the market, that's CGC saying whatever is in that plastic is a 10 of something. And that goes up against all the 10s that have ever been released by CGC.
So, okay, I want to hear some specific person's thoughts on this. And Sticks, I know your hand's up, so I'm gonna let you go, but I definitely want to hear Sam on this too. So Sticks, go ahead.
The only thing I'm going to say about this is that if this was a promotion for a charity like Make-A-Wish or something, and they were raising money, then that's one thing. But here they're just doing it for their own company. I don't think that's right.
Yeah, they're also selling them, right? Supposedly, Dinesh said that people
you have to jump through hoops to buy it.
Yeah, you have to jump through hoops to buy it, and you got to give us something that we think is. Sam, have you been following this much at all? Do you know much about this story?
I don't know much about it, but I'll tell you that it sounds a lot to me like the folks at Cards Against Humanity, kind of doing their fundraiser for themselves to buy an island or dig a hole, or it's kind of a tongue-in-cheek thing that they do with their own community, and they're not pulling the wool over anybody's eyes. It's you know what you're getting. It's not like anybody can slip a new comic in there and they're getting something that they aren't buying. I mean, it's obvious what they're doing. So to me, it seems like a tongue-in-cheek kind of nod to the fans or nod to the community.
Exactly. Yeah, that's how I feel.
But I will reiterate this though, Brian. When you had Dinesh on and he was waxing nostalgically about, look, man, we're just making great comic books that we just want people to read, man. It's all about making good comic books for people to read. What the fuck are they reading in an empty fucking comic book?
I'll tell you this, that the 9.2 has scuffed corners, and that's why it's graded lower.
So, like, the biggest thing for me, Brian, is, like, the optics of this. Like, could they have graded 10 more books of somebody that already paid to get their books back, faster? So when I see something like this, I see more reasons why they're behind. When they're bringing in artists and they're getting these cash grabs, we're bringing in somebody that did the voice for a character, to slow down their grading. Because, like, when you pay for a certain turnaround time and it takes double that time, like, to me,
because Dinesh got pushed up in line.
Yeah, and to me, it's like the optics of it aren't good. Like,
well,
to me.
here's some optics, right? And this is and Vinny kind of remarks on it, like, hey, is this maybe a commentary on the comic book market? Anybody remember the Andy Warhol invisible sculpture? Like, here's the thing with Dinesh. This is one of the reasons I love Dinesh. Dinesh is a fucking smart dude. He is a smart dude, and the fact that when he gives interview, he's so calm and collective, and he's just like chill, and he's kind of got that smile on his face. And he's like, what am I really doing? You know what I mean? And he's kind of like that guy that's just out there having fun. He gives across that type of vibe, right? But people are like, oh, he's just taking money. I think that he's losing more money than he's making on some of this stuff, and I feel like he's just having fun at some point.
No, I mean, I think Dinesh is pretty smart guy. I mean, but like the problem I have is with CGC, you know, like people want their books back, man, you know, and like when I see this, I'm telling myself, could that have been a 10 books they could have graded for somebody else to get their books back?
Well, here's
right?
our problem with that is that there's no fucking competition for these guys. CBCS is, and I love your rah for him, Dennis. Don't get me wrong. Borok is seems like a really good dude. I've never met him, but I know you guys are he's really, a lot of people in the community and retailers love the guy, but they're not a competitor for them. They don't listen to the community just as much as CGC, and they take just as long.
But Brian, this came out how many days ago? You've had Flipside, you've had, we've had enough shows because the community doesn't call horse shit like this out when it happens. I gotta come on here and drag you from closing the stream out early to get this as a topic, right? This is all your fault, Brian. Oh man, we gotta get Dennis in here. Oh, Dennis well, you guess what? You got the Dennis, and now you get the Dennis.
Well, let me ask you
something. You didn't call these guys out. You didn't call out CGC for this bullshit, so they continue to be legitimized by you not calling them out when they do shit like this.
But hold on.
Nico called them out on the 9.5, and they said, oh, we'll never do that again. But the second this fucking horse shit got dropped on Instagram, all you guys could think was, well, I think it's a commentary about the way people are chasing comic books in today's market. I don't think it sullies CGC's name at all. And it takes a month for CGC to go, hey, this might have been a bad idea. And it takes 3 fucking broadcasts and Dennis to come on at the last second before this fucking gets brought to anybody's attention, Brian.
Well, hold on. Let me say my piece, right? Flipside has had very much a ton of commentary on CGC's bullshit, right? We tried to get Matt on here a ton of times, and it's like pulling teeth sometimes to get certain questions answered. We've talked about that before. We've talked about how long it takes and how they're buying they're hiring people at $15 a fucking hour, and they need to hire people at double that to get people in that job. We've talked about that. We've talked about all this shit, but we've also said that CBCS is the same bullshit. They're the way their slabs look, it is atrocious. Their labels look atrocious. The time it takes for them is the same amount of time.
Slabs don't look atrocious.
Bullshit. Their font looks atrocious.
PSA, Mr. 40K, PSA, it's a goddamn red fucking stripe and a number.
And it's beautiful. It's gorgeous.
Fucking bullshit. CBCS is the basic. All it is a blue and a number and a label and a title. But you want a Spider-Man shooting across it on your invisible fucking Spider-Man comic book.
No, I don't. I want. That's why they call it that beautiful blue label. There's a reason they call it that beautiful blue label. They're not referring to CBCS. Because CBCS is ugly. It's fucking ugly. And a lot of us know that that's really all they had. That's one of the things they all have to do. Don't get me wrong. They're doing great things. I love free graders notes. Fucking great. Awesome. Great job. Where's the census? Where's the fucking census?
It's on there. They have a census.
They have a census?
Yes, they've had a census for a year. I tell you all the time in the chats to check the CBCS census.
Okay, I want to look more into that CBCS census.
Pull it up.
Second of all, just as much as we give CGC shit for not coming on these shows and answer these questions and being part of this community, where the hell is Borak? Where the hell is
done
he?
a bunch of shows. Go Google or go to YouTube and look at Steve Borak interview. He's done a lot of shows. But with you guys saying CBCS has got a shitty label and CBCS isn't worth shit, do you think he's going to come
I'm not
on
saying
here?
it's not worth shit. I'm not saying it's not worth shit.
Brian,
It's
I will
worth
tell you
half.
this.
It's worth a third less on most things. There's a reason for that.
No, Brian, you listen to me on this one. I know you've seen this episode because you're right alongside me with a lot of the controversies of the day. But if Joe Rogan had not had Tim Pool with the Twitter CEO and
Vagina,
nobody would have called them to task. But when you get Dinesh on here and you get CGC on here, do you ever ask your Tim Pool to come on?
Well, our Tim Pool was named Nico, and Nico is your friend.
I love Nico
your
to
friend.
death. He's too fucking nice.
He's too nice. Yeah.
Look how gross these look.
Yeah. Listen, I get it, man. I get it. But I think that we also, real quick, shout out Joe Seaborn for the $9.99 super chat. He says, for Prozac for Dennis. Listen.
Brian, I hate to say it, but I think Prozac's a little bit more than $9.99 these days.
Yeah.
No, I would say if CBCS wanted to create some kind of differentiation from CGC, their label would look different. And I don't know if it's because Steve created CGC and is basically saying that's my blue label and I'm going to bring my blue label to CBCS.
Remember, they were originally green.
Yeah. But if you, that's how
the
you
labels don't look that bad.
That's
yes,
how
they
you
do.
compete.
Let me show this. They look fucking horrible, dude.
They don't look.
They look bad. It's like there's so much space. The font is super small. You can't really look at it from a distance.
But and the case too.
The case isn't bad. I'm not saying the
not-
case is bad. I'm saying that the label is a big part of why the font.
Okay,
all they really do is change that fucking font.
Start
and it would be
a pool. Start a poll. Or,
start a poll.
Comment poll.
Yeah, I'll start a poll.
Hash brown that. Send it out on the fucking internet.
Hold on here.
You want me to press that New Mutants 98 for you and crack it open?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so pissed it came back at 9.4.
Yeah, send it to CGC. Maybe it'll come back better.
Oh, please.
No, I will say CBCS grades tougher than CGC.
Yes.
Oh, is that true?
So,
Is
like,
that
you
true
could crack
still
that
to this
open
day?
and you'll get a
it's not
9.6.
true anymore because all the monkeys they have grading over at CGC now that they're paying $15 an hour are banging the fucking books into walls before they.
I don't think they have any monkeys over there because they pay him $15 an hour. That's bullshit. I would never work for $15 an hour.
I know top
grading
people
books
like Red Hood and Crook, pressers of. Look at Leg. How many 9.8 tap-ins is Leg sending in and getting 9.4s, 9.2s?
Is he using Penguin? Is he using Penguin to ship them? Is that what's happening?
No, it's just real inconsistent.
Yeah, no, it's because they have somehow trained these new batch of monkeys that are grading everything to look for flaws rather than start at grading the book at a 10 and working your way down, or however they train them. I don't know.
They start every book off at a 9.8.
First, we're gonna ask if it's CBCS or CGC, and then we're gonna find out if CBCS's label is dog shit. Okay, is that what you want?
I agree with Jedi on this one.
All right, let's go ahead and hit this. Ask your community.
If you knew you were going to the teacher, if you had to take a test and you went with the teacher who watches everybody like a hawk, or you went to the teacher who allows you to look over on the smart kids paper, which one are you going to take the test from? You're going to go over to the candy ass teacher so that you can cheat and you can get away with a little bit more.
Have you guys seen Coming to America? You guys seen Coming to America? You know, when he goes, now they've got the golden arches.
Oh yeah,
but we've got the golden arcs. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
It's a little different because Borak started both companies.
Okay, I'll give you that. But look at Beckett is grading cards, right? their slab looks completely different than PSA.
It looks
Right.
ugly.
Right. So like at least show some kind of different, differentiation. I want to see, like, they have all the capability to, make their slabs look better, but they don't want to touch
Well, I mean, but here's the thing. Okay, I get it, but PGX looks just like a CGC.
Oh, don't even get me started on
But
PGX.
hold on. Are we going to hold? Here's the thing. At the point at which you have two competitors and you enter a market because neither of them are, in your opinion, giving the customer the service they deserve, are you going to come up with a whole new color
now
scheme that's
look,
gonna clash?
that's pretty dope. Handwritten label, right? That would be
Get outta
unique.
here. Get out
That
of here.
would no, like in calligraphy or something,
Get out of here.
But you
I
know
think
what
the
I'm
question
saying.
is too vague as well. I agree with whoever said that. Because I like
I just want to point out this historical moment where you've got 6 grown men sitting here arguing about font.
I'm not
Yeah,
arguing.
it's
I'm saying
it's a
font
big
doesn't
deal.
matter. Font doesn't matter.
It's a big deal. A lot of people want these books graded because how they look in a case, how beautiful they look in a case. They want to display them. The other half of them, and that's a quarter of them. The other 3/4 of them want to make more money, and that is your biggest problem. You cannot talk any way around that. CGC books sell for 20 to 30% more.
For the hobby. This is all for my PC.
Yeah, that's
Yet
bullshit.
everybody fucking slabs for the profit margin.
Yeah, that's bullshit. Most people that slab, they're slabbing for the profit margin. There is a group of people that slab. I know of 2 of them right now. Kyle slabs just because he wants to see him look good. He doesn't sell his books. Doc Joe slabs because he just wants to see him look, because they look good in slabs. You become a 9.8 snob at some point when you get into that point.
Like Doc
but
Joe.
the bottom line is, the bottom line is that the books sell for 30% more on average, and
I think the reason is
it's money.
It's like an Apple Android thing.
No,
that's a good comparison.
It's the more cool one where
CBCS was the more cool one when it came out. How about that? Why didn't it flip?
CBCS has never been the cool one.
Bullshit. When CBCS first came out, all of us in this community were going, CBCS grades on a harder standard. Their cases are better. They just need to change their bulleted bullshit, their labels a little bit, and they were getting books out at a faster rate. Somewhere along the lines, that changed. Now,
Baltimore,
listen,
6 years ago was the first show CBCS had done. I was at that show. The line was around the booth at CGC to get submissions. And I sat down and talked to Steve Borak and Tim, I can't think of his last name, the guy who's the big foreign guy, foreign comic collector.
Vladimir Putin.
Yeah, it's a long name. But I sat down and talked to them for about 30, 40 minutes while they were logging in all my books. And nobody was there. Nobody was going crazy.
Yeah, those rivet cases, those terrible rivet cases. That was the only thing that we used to say. God, those rivet cases were ugly. They fixed ugly with ugly. Like, anyways.
They're not that bad though.
Listen,
hey, fight fire with fire, Brian. You know that's true.
Yeah, we have some ideas coming up. We definitely want to put together some type of show where we've got some of these really big names in the community, in the industry, that have been around here for a while. People like Dennis, people like Jesse James, people like Steve Borak, people like Dinesh, people like Nick from Key Collector. Even I don't care. I want to get them all, and I want to start asking these questions.
Size.
You know what would be great?
Is garbage, Kyle. That is the biggest complaint for all of them. It's garbage, dude.
You know what would be cool? Like if you had the slab and you put the QR code, right? And they had the person that graded your book, like a video come out.
You're telling me
Hi,
that
I graded your book.
Different.
There was some spine stress on the side of it. I saw it. I saw what you did. And that's why I gave the book a 9.0. You get the grader to talk to you.
That's been the biggest complaint about CBCS, other than their turnaround times, which is every grading company.
They had one of their incarnations where I thought the font was bad, and they switched it within 3 months of using that particular font on the numbers. I think you're thinking of old shit, Brian. You probably. When was the last time you touched a CBCS slab?
A couple days ago.
All right, what book?
It's actually, I think, one of your slabs,
I just got
brother.
this one back from CBCS. Like
It's one of
a month
Dennis's
ago.
slabs, as a matter of fact.
How'd you get one of my slabs?
Oh my God!
Touche.
Listen, I will say this.
Oh,
to
then
end
why
this,
would you even want one of my slabs? Because I slabbed the greatest fucking books by the strictest grading company that gets me my shit fast, gives me free fucking grader's notes, and doesn't fucking slab an invisible fucking comic book.
Yeah, I get it. But listen,
What is CBCS's turnaround?
I would
now?
love. What's that turnaround time? What is the turnaround time for CBCS right now?
I got 3 weeks.
Let's ask Jesse James. I want to put in a phone call. I want to pick up the bat phone real quick and get Jesse James in here. Who I walked into the store today,
Pass,
he's cussing out CBCS as I'm going in.
2-day modern was 3 weeks. Door to door.
And I think I did one with regular Fast Pass, and it was 7 weeks.
Oh. Mm-mm. Did you have any extra services added onto it?
But it was just regular. It wasn't like 2-day.
Oh, okay, yeah, 2-day.
It was regular modern with just a Fast Pass on it.
2-day modern. Can I just tell you why I use them? 2-day modern cost me, I think, $41 or $42 right now, because I'm a member and I bulk submit.
Yeah,
$41. I pay the 9.8 pre-screen on it, so I'm paying $41 to get a book graded 9.8. I get it back in 3 fucking weeks, and if it's not a 9.8, they charge me $4, so I know that's the book I need to send to Red Hood or to Crook to press to get a 9.8 the next time. That means when I send it in the next time, I'm paying that $4 plus that next $41. So I'm paying $45 to have my 9.6s turned into 9.8s plus whatever they charge to press. You know, I'm sorry, man. You cannot tell me that same turnaround is happening over if anybody over at CGC.
Both turnaround times right now are garbage. They're dog shit. Both of them are. They're terrible. And listen, don't get me wrong. I'm over here telling you how beautiful I think PSA slabs are. PSA is the worst at it right now. Like, go fuck yourself. I'm not going to pay $100 a card to get something slabbed. Like, there is a major problem going on in the way that the hobby collectibles market is.
I think it was Kyle that said, or it was Kyle or somebody who said it's about gatekeeping. And right now, it is about gatekeeping. There's a lot of people who are gatekeeping this industry at a lot of different entrances. And okay, I'll talk to 78 later. But one of the things that's gatekeeping is, look, I heard PSA say this to somebody on one of the shows. It's because you all are sending in crappy cards at the low rate.
Yes.
Fuck you.
I agree.
You don't know who my favorite player is. If I want to send in one of every Ozzie Smith because I love fucking Ozzie Smith, you're going to fucking slab every one of my Ozzie Smiths.
Yep.
You don't I'm paying who I get to
what
like.
I slab. Yeah. I agree. I agree 100%.
You know, it'd be like it would be like CGC saying, we're only going to grade Golden Age for the next 6 months. You know what? Go fuck yourself, because they know they're making their bank off of us modern speculators. They're not going to do that.
I agree. I'm so frustrated with the way that grading is going for cards that I refuse to send in a card. I've got cards that could add 100 times value to get graded right now.
I got 200 cards at PSA, and they're not going to be back until April.
Yeah,
because I submitted them last April.
Yeah, exactly. Right before it went crazy, and they've been sitting with everybody else's.
And you know what? I guarantee you, with hiring all these new people, I guarantee you, there's just like what Red Hood was saying. There was one motherfucker at PSA every day for the last 10 fucking months that could have gotten off his ass from grading $150 cards and gone and grabbed a stack of the $20 and the $10 cards and started grading them out. But they are making us wait, because how dare we submit cards that they don't think are worth grading? How dare we only pay $10 when they raised their price to 20. I guarantee there was a time that they could have sped up the process on the cheaper cards, but they just said, fuck it. Why bother?
I'm just
PSA is
saying.
getting ready to open up economy submissions for $50 a pop.
Yeah, that's not economy.
Yeah.
I'm just saying this would be a perfect time for a competitor with the backing of somebody, you know, to come into the either sports cards or comic books, and with a creative slab that would you know, give competition. You know,
I have a better idea. I am going to start a company that slabs. So that way you can send me your CGC 9.8 and somebody else can send me a CGC 9.8, but I will call it the D slab. And one of them will get a D slab 9.9 and the other one will get a D slab 9.7. And then both of them will say, fuck you, because I got a better grade on my D slab than you got on your CGC Insider.
Sorry, your slab has a corner scuff. We got to knock it down to a 9.4.
The glue was not even on the bottom seal because the guy working at CGC was a little lazy that day on the glue.
well, they do have somebody to grade your book that's already encased in a slab.
Where?
So who's the
Your
company?
mom's house.
No,
Yeah.
who's who's the company that they analyze the centering of the book and all that, and they kind of level up the grade, what it is. It's like they grade your grade. You've never heard of
They
those
just
guys?
started too, right?
No.
They just started, didn't they?
No, they've been around.
Damn, I've been joking about this for 10 fucking years. I was ahead of my time.
Well, listen, we've got a lot to talk about with this stuff. There he is.
There
he is.
How was Sizzlers tonight, baby?
Oh man, I love this community. Good stuff. We'll continue these conversations, you guys. We're working behind the
Somebody
scenes to
put
a
out
show
one
together.
a slab of ribs.
Yeah. All right, so 70% right now. We got 80 votes, 70%. Let's take a look. Let's end this one, and I want to ask what people think is CBCS's font. Is CBCS's
you
label
rounded
Dodgeball?
up. It was 67 to 33. Oh, it's like 70 or 80% agree with me.
Are you talking about the font or just the font on the grade number?
I'm talking about the font for the whole fucking thing, man.
Do you hate the font on CBCS? Yes or no?
It's not terrible, though. I don't know.
You know, Brian, you get kind of
You
scary
and
when
Mel
you get
are the
mad.
only two people I've heard complain about the font in the
No
last
way.
year.
No way. No way.
Brian scares me when he gets mad. He gets intense, bro.
You know what, dude? When I get real mad, I lose my cool really quick. I'm one of those loud guys. I get loud.
Dude. Like,
I get loud.
Like I wouldn't want to get in an argument with you, bro.
I apparently don't have that.
Yeah. When I say I get loud, Dennis is in another world. He's just like me. Jesse heard him all the way. Dennis in Detroit. Jesse heard him all the way from Phoenix.
You know what? Shout out to the guy that says, "What did you say, Dennis? I can't hear you."
All I know is every report card I ever got in school was Dennis needs to lower his volume in class.
Oh, can you imagine Dennis in school?
Yeah.
I know the answer.
Oh! Some Brian fans are coming in there, but no is winning.
Yeah, I put, do you like the font on CBCS?
Oh, fuck you.
Hey, you know what? If Borat come on here, I wouldn't be scared to ask him the hard-hitting questions. I wouldn't pussyfoot around. We'd ask him.
Yeah, of
Wouldn't
course.
be a dick. But
He'll come on here. He's talked about coming on Flipside before. It's just we got to set something up. But again, here's and listen, Dennis understands this. All the other people out there understand this. We've talked about this before. It's one thing to get some of these guys on and talk to them in front of the world on YouTube. And I get it. We don't have 10,000 subs or 1 million views per video, but it's also tough for these guys to go on and put themselves out there like that, to come in
It
here
is-
and
it
get
is
a
hard.
fucking,
Because
to get told their shit
all I'm
sucks.
saying is when I see Nico interview Matt, it's softball time.
Yeah.
It might be a few little curveballs, but it's still going over the plate. You don't throw, and guess what? He wouldn't do it if I was on here. Well,
Yeah.
he might, but who's the other guy? Who's Harshin? Harshin would never come on anything with me because he knows I know where all the bodies are buried. Okay. So, and the same with Dinesh. Dinesh is too much of a fucking coward to debate me on the merits of his good idea, bad idea comic books. He fucking flat out lied on this show. Well, Dennis, you didn't think that we sucked when you were trying to be one of our retailers. And I'm like, the fuck I was. Show me the proof. Show me one phone call from me to you. Show me one email where I'm asking you, fuck you, you lying sack of shit, Dinesh, and this gimmicky bullshit you fucking do. You lied on this show, and if I was on here, I would call you to the mat on it.
And that was the last time Dinesh came on Tales from the Flip Side. Shout out to Dinesh.
You know, there's really one way to solve this, and that is Dennis versus Dinesh, Triple D Dodgeball, Wednesday night. It's going down in Gilbertown.
All
Let's
profits
do
go
this.
to charity.
Let's talk. Well, now that you bring that up, let's do a quick subject change and talk a little Triple D Dodgeball, because you guys had something going on this week, didn't you?
Oh, dude, every Wednesday night. Let me if you're
I'm bringing
tuned
it
in
up.
to the Triple D Dodgeball Instagram, I posted a killer highlight reel for myself
I'm
personally.
bringing it up right now.
And man, oh man, what a blast. What a blast we have. We are always trying to get more people in. We're having a good time. Here we go. Ultra Instinct. If anybody you're familiar with Dragon Ball Z, the concept is you move without thinking, essentially.
Man, those look like small balls, dude.
Well, you know,
It's cold. It's
you
cold.
got to be able to handle balls of all sizes at Triple D.
It is winter.
All right, here it is.
Oh, you got to put this. Oh, I guess.
Oh.
You can't
Oh man, look at that, dude. Dude, that's a fucking ninja right there, bro.
I love
Holy
everyone's
shit.
reaction. You guys see his head like jerks his eyes. He's like,
Dude,
oh,
I
I'm
would have
dead.
gotten
I'm
so
dead.
hit in the face, dude. Like,
It went off the wall.
It's over. You get the applause. Boom.
Hold on.
Good
Is there
times.
sound to that? Let me get the sound on that. Hold on. That was
Yeah.
excellent. For those of you guys who don't know, Sam has a dodgeball league out here in Phoenix, Triple D Dodgeball. Any of you guys that are out here in the area, you can show up anytime, every Wednesday night. Where is it at, Sam?
Gilbert High School, East Valley. We have no cover charge. You are welcome to come play.
Well, if it hits the wall, it's out. You can't bounce it off the wall and hit him in the back.
No.
Okay.
Boom.
I mean, do you get points for like a move like that, dude? Like,
If you do a good move, you make the highlight reel. You make the Instagram.
You get
okay, I
respect.
got you.
You get respect.
Is that you?
Yeah,
Right
that's
there?
me.
Yeah.
That's me.
Dude, you look like a freaking beast, dude. I wouldn't play dodgeball with you, bro. Look at that, dude.
It's from playing
You
dodgeball.
probably like, dude,
Yeah,
you're
he's
probably
got that
king
way.
of dodgeball in school and
What
shit
does
like
Bane
that.
say?
Like, I don't
Literally some
understand.
fucking numbers get there.
What
I'm
does Bane
surprised
say?
there ain't no bullet time.
Dude, somebody get like a radar gun on Sam's throws, man. It's throwing about 150 miles an hour, bro. Look at that. God damn.
Hey,
Thought
Sam, we need to
Nolan
get,
Ryan threw some shit.
we need to get
the great thing about those smaller foam balls, you can really put some sideways moving on them. You get some good curve.
I saw what you did. You looked off the
Gotta get those-
receiver and threw it to the tight end like that.
Yeah.
Getting those girls who can do like the fast pitch softball to do
Yeah.
that spinning underarm shit.
Yeah, so my nephew, who was out during this play, he does throw it underhand. Here we go. Boom. Later.
Dude, you guys are so fucking close, dude. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, that's about probably 5 or 10 feet away from each other.
I mean, now that white line there, is that regulation?
So we're playing in a racquetball court. That's the center line on a racquetball court.
Okay.
And it's not regulation. We play on a much smaller court than the regulation size. And it's not for the faint of heart. I mean, we got foam balls. We were using volleyballs.
Ooh.
Oh, those
they
are
hurt a
foam
lot
balls.
more than the
Okay, I
ones
thought
we're
those
using
were
here.
like.
Oh no. Oh no, no, no. You don't
Dude, you almost got hit in the balls, dude.
Yeah, dude, you need a cup if you were using volleyballs.
Oh, dude, I've been hitting the nuts so many times. It happens every freaking night. But
Right
you
there.
just deal with it. This is a man's game, okay?
Dude, this shit looks like fun, dude.
So here's
Blast.
what we need to do, Sam. We need to get Eric Sim, eSim 3400 on IG, King of Juco, Juco Jabroni, who's out here in Phoenix. He is basically like one of those guys that's like the professional guy that's not professional anymore, that just like tries to do everything the best, you know, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
I've seen this
Like
guy.
Fight Quest.
Yeah, he likes to throw balls. This is him facing Trevor Bauer.
What?
Yeah.
91 mile an hour fastball?
Yeah. What a nuke looks like in super slow-mo. So we got to get this guy on the dodgeball court with you, Sam.
Hey, I'm game.
For the boys. That's my
We'll have to do one to see what holds up better. Slabs or yes, slabs.
So anyways, this guy
Wade.
this guy does some funny stuff.
Is he the one that tries to
Today,
kick field
I'm a
goals
driver.
and shit?
Brennan Davis.
That what?
Tries to kick field goals and
Yeah,
stuff like that?
he tries to kick field goals. He tries to the farthest golf hit, the farthest. Here it is. Wait, I'm gonna show you the video. Where is it?
Oh.
He does one where he does all of them. Hockey, everything. Here we go. He's catching Hunter Green right here, Cincinnati Reds. Catches pitchers.
How many followers he's got?
Oh, he's got a lot. No shit.
Yeah,
he's big time.
Yeah, you gotta get that to get all these people to come on your show. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, let me find this stuff. Hold on. I gotta show you guys him doing all the different stuff.
So what's the font count so far?
No.
How many want Comic Sans? How many want Times New Roman?
Yeah.
CBCS uses that old saloon type font. Is that what I saw?
Here you go. Kicking a football for the first time. 40-yard field goal.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So anyways, shout out to Eric, and make sure to go check out eSim. I think it's Eric Sim. Really great content creator here in the Valley, but just doing great stuff. JUCO, king of the JUCO. So
junior
we got to
college.
get him.
Is that what he's saying?
Yeah. So we got to get him on the dodgeball, Triple D dodgeball field or court soon. So, all right, let's take a look. What do we got going here? Let's see here. We are at 71 votes. 61% say no.
That's 6% less than prefer it. Brian, I love you, man. I have to call you out because I'm trying to keep you honest.
Of course, brother. I appreciate it. I wouldn't have it any other way, brother. Hey, listen.
I saw Dennis bring Brian over to the dark side, right? Join me.
Well, here's the thing. I will always say this. My mind can always be changed, right? You give me the right evidence and the right stuff, and I'm not always right. I don't know. I'm not right most of the time. And you know what? My answer to a lot of things when you ask me, it's going to be, I don't know, man. And I think that's very important.
Rogan had a great quote recently. I will no longer say, I don't think we landed on the moon. I will say, I don't have evidence that we didn't land on the moon.
Yep.
And that's a big, to me, that was a paradigm shift in the way you have to think of your rationale when you fight these. I can look at a situation, and I'm not trying to beat a dead horse, but I look at a situation of CGC slabbing an empty comic book, and that is one of the pieces of proof that proves to me I am where I should be, because their grading process is corruptible by money. And I am slabbing these for a long period of time. I'll slab a book 5 years before I ever think I'm going to sell the damn thing. Okay. But when I sell it, I want it to be like, look with the Action 9. I had those graded months before that thing went supernova, and I got the top price on that book. And then all of a sudden the spec got shit. But I'm speccing this stuff out 5-10 years from now. I'm slabbing them now. I want something that's going to last. I want something that I can stand behind. And like Red Hood said, they are the toughest graders. If I get a 9.8 and recently 9.9 from CBCS, I can bank on that. It might go for 33% less or whatever you think it goes for, but I will stay until I get the price I want for it.
I want to talk about something funny that happened to me this morning, and this isn't me shitting on the guy or anything, because I feel bad for him, because like if it was me, I'd be like, son of a bitch. But I had a guy reach out to me on eBay. He goes, I have a Batman 608 second print 9.8 up. And he sends me a message on it. And he says, hey, any reason you're selling this? Like, why would you ask that, right? I mean, does he think like I'm selling it because it has a scuff on it or something? Like, and so it made me think like, any reason I'm selling this? Yeah, why the fuck am I selling this? This is a great book. I'm not selling this. So I sent him back a message. Hey, thanks for this message. It made me rethink selling it. I was selling it to raise money for Baltimore Comic-Con and it never sold. I took it down to keep. Like, what? What are you doing? Like,
dude, that is so awesome, dude.
It made me realize, like, why the hell am I selling this book? That's a great fucking book.
He probably had the book, and he was like, "Hey, is it time to sell?" Like I'm hanging on to my book. Is it time for me to sell?
Well, I'm glad he hit me up, because I forgot to take down a fifth print or a sixth print. Was it the fifth print? Whatever the final printing of Spider-Gwen, Edge of Spider-Verse 2 is. I had a 9.8 up, and I forgot to fucking take it down after Baltimore, because I put them up to make money to go to Baltimore, and I forgot to take it down, and that book sold for $275, and I'm so mad that I had to send that book out, because that is going to be a monster book in a couple months.
But that's karma. That's the karma.
Yes. Karma's real.
Right.
100%. 100%. All right. What else?
Okay, there it is. CVA is the company that grades slab books. CVA.
Yeah, that's.
Thank you, bud. Made me think I was crazy.
We all know that, Lord of Brooklyn. We all know that.
Yeah.
It's the hints are in The Shining. We all know that.
Yeah. All right, let's talk a little bit about Boba Fett.
247.
We got to get into some Boba Fett.
You mean the Book of Mandalorian?
Yeah, the Book of Mandalorian. Yeah. What did you guys
see? Did you guys see my poster? I made the Book of Mandalorian poster.
The fact that we
Did you find that, Brian?
I'll find it. I'll pull it up. Yeah.
Just FYI, all you speckers out there, the first appearance of the Naboo fighter is in episode 1, number 1. And actually, it's on the Queen Amidala cover. So you want to make sure you get those and grade them quick, because that's the Mandalorian's Mandalorian's new ship.
Oh my God!
Is it the?
Why am I not finding your eBay here?
No, IG.
I mean your IG. I'm looking up and it's not popping up. Why is it not popping up?
Damn it!
Did you block me?
You under Red Hood?
Somebody have
at Red Hood Comic.
At Red Hood.
Did you know, Double J, that when Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew first did Love Lines, they had like a regular occurrence of people calling in, and they would hear the beep in their background, and they'd be, no, stop. No, and they would make every person whose smoke alarm was going off go and reset their smoke alarm before they would let them ask the question. And some of those people would be on hold for like an hour, 2 hours just to get in there. but they made sure every person they heard the beep on checked their smoke alarms because it was that important.
Yeah, get that man a 9-volt battery.
Yeah.
It might be mine. I don't know.
Hard to say.
I think we got a new show. It's the Book of Mandalorian, man.
Yeah, we got to talk about this. First of all, having him show up and make Grogu like gear, like armor, is so cheesy. Like, what is he going to give him? Like a little helmet or something? Is he going to give him like
chainmail? I think it's going to be chainmail of some sort.
So cheesy. That is fucking cheesy as hell.
I'm sorry, the fact that we watched 10 fucking minutes of fixing a goddamn Naboo fighter, and at least 1 minute of that was him sanding the goddamn yellow paint off of it.
Yeah.
To make it shiny, because Mandalorian can only fly a shiny ship.
It is really, really annoying. Also,
all right, hang on, Brian. You're telling me you would never put a cute little sweater on a dog?
Yeah, but I wouldn't
scarf on a
fucking.
cat?
Do you know how hard
But
it
you
is to
wouldn't
get
put
Beskar,
chainmail?
bro? You got to kill.
But you're not
going to
put chainmail on your beloved mini Yoda?
No, you got to kill people to get that. chainmail,
Why
man.
are you taking your beloved Mini Yoda into a dangerous situation?
It's his religion.
Well, not anymore. He got the fucking boot, man. And
Yeah,
that's
he
more
got
bullshit.
excommunicated.
What? That was so annoying. Like, he goes there, he fucks that dude up, and she says, "You gotta go." Like, what the hell, man?
What I want to know what posed the question. Like they have to ask that question after a battle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
It seemed like a lot of the rules of that episode were pulled out of somebody's fucking ass.
Yeah, it has gotten really bad, and it's so
It's a nightmare,
annoying.
bro.
It is.
It's a nightmare.
So they all knew that he had the saber, but they had to ask him, "Did you win it in combat or in whatever they called it?"
Yeah. Otherwise, how is he going to get
I'm
it,
sorry,
you
I'm pretty
dumbass?
sure the word would have went out across the entire fucking galaxy that Darth Gideon has been kicked by this Mandalorian, and the dark saber is in the hands of a Mandalorian who took it from him in combat. That's the only reason they knew he had the fucking saber, is if they had heard that story.
Oh, but recall that he tried to give it to Bo-Katan, and she said,
She
"No, I
wouldn't
can't
take
take
it.
it." So if she had taken it, that's a way that she would have gotten it outside of combat.
Badass. I would have taken it.
I just want to know how these Mandalorians are able to sleep with the fucking helmet on. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
You can't take your helmet off.
Wait.
Like,
Like,
come on,
they have to
man.
get stinky.
Was there like pillows in there? You know, it's like
Little airbags come out.
airbag support for when you're going to sleep. If you're a Mandalorian, you have the helmet on. Come on, man. Give me a break. He said, I took it off once.
What if you're thirsty?
Well, you're out of here.
I ain't seen no straws in the Star Wars universe. You got your drink and you're like trying to lift your helmet and get something to drink, you know.
What episode is next week? Is episode next week 5 or 6?
6.
Ooh, big
We wasted
episode, penultimate episode,
We
ladies and
wasted an
gentlemen.
entire episode on the 11th hour.
Two episodes. Those last 2 episodes were complete fucking wastes.
It doesn't matter if Boba's not Mandalorian.
He's not Death Watch, right?
And how
He's
is Boba going to hook up with Jessica Biel
No.
if you waste this many episodes?
So
Hey, we got we got that appearance from R5D4.
Go ahead,
Oh
Sticks.
yeah.
So
Hell
Django is like Din. He's one of the adopted.
The
I
foundling.
can't think of the word.
Right.
Foundling.
Yeah, there's
he's a foundling. So he's not
There's
technically
3 different
Mandalorian.
sects because technically Boba isn't a Mandalorian, but he wears the armor of a Mandalorian. Bo-Katan and all that group are the Protestant Mandalorians, and then this group with the armor is like the strict adherence Mandalorians.
So walks like a duck and quacks like a duck. It's a Mandalorian.
Yeah,
Dude, like they're fucking up my favorite character, bro. Like this is almost like
okay, but we all
I don't want to
know-
use those words, but man, this is bullshit.
We
dude.
all
Take a
know
drink.
Boba Fett got lucky once. He's basically a complete fuck up in Jedi. I mean, he gets taken out by blind Han Solo swinging around and hitting his jetpack. This was the chance to redeem Boba 100%.
Yeah, they
you know,
fucked up.
and then
What did you say about Boba Fett?
he's a punk ass bitch who got fucking thrown into a
Motherfucker.
Sarlacc pit. He fucking oh, there's a Jedi here. I'm gonna use a fucking rope on his ass. That'll stop a Jedi.
It worked. It worked for a couple of seconds. That's all he needed.
I thought he was trying to fight Han Solo.
No, but he had to shoot the rope at Luke because Luke was coming at him with his brand new green lightsaber.
Yeah.
You know?
True.
You want to hear my take real quick?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
I think they brought Book of Boba Fett in. I think Mandalorian did so good that they brought Book of Boba Fett in, and I think they're going to try and use Boba Fett to forward the Mandalorian somehow to make it even better.
I'm glad they told us.
I agree.
Well,
I agree in a lot of ways, but I don't think he needed it. Mandalorian was such a perfect encapsulated movement that you didn't need to drag both of them into each other. At the point at which you spin Boba Fett off, you don't need to drag Mandalorian back in to boost him, kind of like having Arnold come and visit the Facts of Life girls so you can reiterate that Mrs. Garrett was, Arnold's old maid before she went to Facts of Life. That was a deep dive. However,
Wow.
Take the good, take the bad.
But here's the one thing that Boba has so much potential. I love the fact that Tamora Morrison is using a lot of his Maori warrior, kind of mindset on the Tusken Raider subplot. But the second we get one direction over in that way, we don't have enough time to wrap up what Boba's doing with the Tuskens, and now he's got this other faction, and now he needs more firepower and more people to, I think it's Sam. Sam, was that you?
No, he's muted.
Oh,
It's not me. It's definitely
I
not
just
me.
heard it.
It sticks.
Yes,
Yeah,
okay.
I even took the battery out.
You got to put a new one in.
I just think
Now you have to
Boba-
push the button so it drains.
Yeah.
They needed to have faith in Boba Fett. I think they didn't think they had enough with Boba Fett, and that they thought they had to shove Mandalorian in just in case the Mandalorian fans weren't on board with Boba 100%.
I think they
Wait,
knew
did we
what
rule
they
me out
had.
on the smoke detector?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, but you want some comic spec? So this is Star Wars: A New Hope. The
First appearance of Tusken Raiders.
No. This is from the Star Wars Trilogy Special Edition. It puts Boba Fett in Star Wars. He's
already in
the
Star Wars.
No, he wasn't in Star Wars. You see what I'm saying?
Special edition. They added
It's
Boba Fett to the Jabba the Hutt.
Right, they put him in the comic book.
The
I
George
go, is that a
Lucas cut.
thing?
The George Lucas cut.
Yeah, the George Lucas cut. I go, is that a thing? Well, hey, it's his first appearance in Star Wars, right? Wink, wink. Yeah. But I will say, when Din Djarin came in and he just started shooting at people,
Hey, put that.
I was
book back
like,
up,
I would
Brad.
have really liked Boba Fett to shoot a gun one time, like at somebody, like fire a bullet, dude, like throw like go off.
Dude, you have no idea what he's trying to accomplish. He's not trying to be the badass crime boss. He's trying to be the cool crime boss that's
I'm
everybody's
just waiting
friend.
to see his font.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry. Also, I will say it. I liked the mopeds.
No.
I hated.
What are
I
you
liked
talking
the-
about?
I liked the look.
Dennis, come on,
I
man.
liked the look of the mopeds.
Okay,
Oh my
yeah.
God,
That
dude.
explains your love of
Absolutely.
CBCS.
I absolutely hated the editing of that entire sequence.
You hated the editing of the entire sequence?
Yeah, it was terrible.
Because it made it look like
Slow.
a low-speed chase with
Yeah.
Vespas?
Yes, it was horrible. To me, I think they could have done something with those mopeds to make them cool, and they unfortunately made them look like complete shit with that.
Dude,
fucking-
so like the director, he looks at it, cut.
and
It's a
then to
print.
throw the
It's a print. It's
and to
beautiful.
throw the fucking Wayne's World gag in there by holding the painting and running through the painting, and you're just like,
Yeah.
oh my god, why didn't you have a fruit stand on another?
Oh yeah,
corner?
that's what or the painting. Somebody bringing out a
They
painting
did. They
where
did
they
the
go
painting.
through.
There
He
was
did have a painting, right?
It was a
He did
Jabba
have
the
a
Hutt painting.
I thought I was dreaming that. No, it did happen.
No, it actually happened. It was not. It was that bad.
This I can agree on this statement. Peacemaker does keep his helmet on more than Boba Fett.
Hey, I'll tell you what. Peacemaker is fucking amazeballs.
Dude, Peacemaker is
It's the best
awesome.
right now. It's the best show out right
Dude,
now.
I thank God for Peacemaker. I haven't seen a good show in about 2 years, man.
Although
Jesus
I did
Christ.
watch a Kevin Smith interview with James Gunn, and it made me almost think about hating Peacemaker for about a half a second, just because Kevin Smith overly sucks everybody's dick at DC.
Did he cry?
He didn't cry, but he came close to it. He got emotional.
Did he cry?
He cried so much. It's
Kevin
insane.
Smith lost me as the pop culture guy when he was like, when he did that DC like 30-minute video with Jeff Johns. He's like, dude, we got Aquaman coming. I mean, Aquaman is king of the seas, and that's like 75%
Dennis,
of the
he's just being a
planet.
hype man. He's a hype man. That's what they're paying him for.
At that point, it was just like, you've lost all credibility.
Well, I guess he's not coming on this show anytime soon. So
If you
Have
saw
that.
Paul Lee, I will tear him to shreds like Tim Pool did.
Oh God, it'll be so fun. I hope he comes.
All right, so I wanna go over some books real quick. I just this is a new segment that I'm working on. Because let me see here if I can find cover prices bullshit.
Will you all just leave Kevin Smith alone?
I will say his story on the death of Superman, where he's telling those college kids about the producer,
John
and he
Peters.
goes, yeah. I that's still one of the most epic stories. Like
That's the if you've seen the commercials for Licorice Pizza, that's the guy. The guy
yeah,
who's like,
he had the coif of hair,
Right.
the coif.
but that's the guy in Licorice Pizza, and that's the only reason I want to see Licorice Pizza is more shitting on John Peters.
Yeah. But it was funny. They did the documentary of who killed
Yeah.
Superman or who killed the death of Superman. And so they're interviewing John Peters, and it was hysterical because he was like, no, I never said that. You knew he was fucking lying, you
Yep.
know?
That was a
All
great
right.
documentary.
Yeah.
Yeah, John Schnepp did that. Good.
All right, I'm logging in.
By the way, I don't know if anybody saw my post, but if you like wrestling and you like the 80s, you need to go look for the 11-minute copy or the 11-minute video of Cyndi Lauper's Goonies, and they have like the entire WWF show up, and it's the cast of the Goonies. Steven Spielberg shows up, and it's like a 2-part video that aired on MTV, and it's brilliant.
It's
And at
the
the
rock
end-
and wrestling character.
Yeah, and at the end, Andre the Giant is chasing
Chunk?
no. Oh God.
Dunk.
Roddy Piper. And he's chasing Roddy Piper around like a cul-de-sac in a subdivision. It's hilarious.
All right. So this is a new segment we're working on here. This is called the Hot Comic Review segment here. And we did the Hot 10, the CBSI Hot 10 last night. And there's multiple Hot 10s out there. So we're calling this the Hot Comic Review segment. It's just a quickie. We're going to go over some of these real quick. We're not going to get too far into them. We've talked about most of the CBSI books. So
Before you do that, real quick, I got to make an announcement. If I was on another podcast, Absolute Geek, last night, and I got fucking hammered. No, I know it doesn't happen often, but I'm kind of glad because there was all these trolls coming in, and I dared all of them to come to this show tonight and troll us.
and
Not
none of them
one
did.
did.
Not
So
one of them.
And I
fucking
did.
Trolls.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Except
Oh,
Dennis.
Dennis, you're no troll.
Yeah. All right.
You're Goldilocks skipping across the bridge.
Yeah. Here we go. Let's get into it. All right. So the CBSI Hot 10 really quick. Mouse, The Survivor's Tale was number 1. And for good fucking reason. If you think that this book should be taken out of any curriculum for, I think it was there for high school students. It's not kids either. I don't know. I guess you have to rethink things. This is one of the few books that was given like a Nobel Peace Prize for a fucking book or some shit like that.
So did I.
My son happens to be reading this in high school.
Good. Thank God.
Yeah, I'm glad. It's a great book.
Yeah.
It has the same Nobel Prize as ivermectin. And guess what? It's banned too.
Yeah. Swordmaster number 12 was number 9 on the list. Last book in the run. I think what Ben said was really great, what he talked about with Mouse. So make sure you guys go watch the actual Hot 10. But he also made some good comments about Swordmaster number 12 being it's the final book of the series. There's really nothing crazy going on with it, but it is selling pretty good, 30 plus. The Duel number 1 was number 8, a weird book from a tiny publisher that we thought might be print to order, but it isn't. And from what I'm hearing, it isn't. So we'll have to look more in on that. But it definitely is a weird book with a gun right in your face.
An Alec Baldwin cover.
I love that. That was great.
Number 7 was all new Ghost Rider number 1. Reyes is becoming a major rumor character, and a lot of people want this character. There's also the new storyline coming out with calling him the All Rider or something like that, which is fucking weird. You know,
I got 41 copies of that book.
Yeah,
that's actually a cool run of Ghost Rider.
Along with what we were talking about with the FOMO, the super FOMO, and the outrageous FOMO, guys, you need to listen right now. We as a community tell you these things, and you don't listen. I'm on Drunken Chat, and we're talking about Miss Minutes variant, and go, oh, shit, I'm going to go order another 50 copies. No, and then everybody's like, it caught me off guard. If you're here and you're listening, you get opportunities like this. If you wait until this becomes a Miles Morales book,
or on the Hot 10,
or on the Hot 10, you're waited too long.
Yep.
Because if you look at Ghost Rider and you think they're going to put Nicolas Cage or Keanu Reeves, okay, they might put Keanu Reeves, but
Keanu Reeves
I don't think they're going to.
Yeah.
They are going to pick Robbie because right now they do not have any Latino characters of that cachet. They're going to have
Werewolf by Night, Jake Gomez.
Right, but when are we getting him? I think we're going to get Christmas. I think we're going to get Ghost Rider before we get Werewolf by Night.
Yeah, we could. Halloween. I agree. I think it'll be good. Number 6, new X-Men number 23. This was a great series when it was coming out. I love this series. It was the first series where we saw X-23 be written into the story for most of it. This is that first appearance of Gentle, the character that we saw in the first story of the Black Panther number 3, a great character, a new X-Men character, whooped T'Challa's ass, and seems like he could be a cool character. It is selling $30, $40 on the secondary. Thor number 21 was number 5, the 1 in 25 variant, and another fucking letdown. Everybody jumping on this book, and it was complete garbage. Now instead of God of Hammers being Mjolnir, it is Mangog, I guess, and Odin is being fucked up again for some reason. They just keep messing with Odin. Number 4, the Mary Jane Black Cat Beyond number 1, Adam Hughes 1 in 50 variant. This is one of those books that Dennis is talking about. We talked about this book on Drunken Chat. We immediately said when we saw this book, this is going to be a big book. This book is going to sell. So it's a no-brainer.
Also, though, is a 1 in 50. How much was the cover price on this? I can't see. Is it $3.99?
Yeah, $4.99 maybe.
$4.99. How much is a 1 in 50 $4.99 books ratio? Guess what? What I just told you, Brian. It's $120.
Yep. So that's great.
So should this be on the list? And this is just me throwing out a hypothetical. Should this be on the list for hitting what I would call its actual ratio?
That's a great question. A lot of people have been talking about what should and shouldn't be on some of these lists, so it's definitely something to think about.
And that's just my thought.
New Teen Titans Annual number 2, number 3 on the list this week. Great book. Vigilante's been one of the standout characters
So
in
fucking
the
awesome.
Peacemaker. This has always been a great George Perez cover, and I love it. I love seeing that it's getting some love. 9.8s are the ones you want. They're getting 325 plus. Raws are still in pick-upable, I'll call it, range or priceable range. Be on the lookout for high-grade copies.
Did they replace the actor that's
Yes,
playing
they did. Yes, they did. Yep. And the new actor that's playing him is better, so be happy that they did.
So prior to it coming on, there was a different actor.
Yeah. No.
Oh.
The first couple episodes there was a different actor. that
Oh,
played
okay.
Vigilante, yeah. Deathstroke Inc. number 5 is at the number 2 spot. The Zerdy variant, the 1 in 25. I thought this book was pretty when I first saw it, but then I took some more looks at it, and it's really not that good. And I know Nathan Zerdy is a hot artist right now, and people are loving him. It's another one of those 1 in 25s at $125 plus. I don't know what to think about this DC book. Another DC book. Yeah, some DC books were on the list. Number 1, of course, the Black Panther, number 3, Torrin Clark 1 in 25 variant. We all
Tosin.
200.
Yeah, 200. Try tripling that.
Tosin.
All right. That being said, now we've got the cover price Hot 10 this week. Moon Knight, or let's see here. Moon Knight, what is this? Well, let me do this here.
Speaking of Illuminati, he just sold 2 of these on his show a week ago.
Yeah, Moon Knight number 3 is at number 10. This book has been selling for a while now. We all know why. Then number 9 is the Catwoman number 39, 1 in 25. Another great 1 in 25. Number 8, Sandman. Sandman books are nice to show up. This is Sandman number 10, first appearance of the Corinthian. A lot of Sandman spec coming in the next couple months. We're going to hear more and more about it. Number 7, Moon Knight, number 188, the first appearance of Sun King. I think this character, the Nemesis in Moon Knight, is going to be an amalgamation of Sun King and Arthur Harrow. Number 6 is the Hulk 1 in 25 Trad Moore variant for issue number 3, which is really not that great in my opinion, but Trad Moore is a great artist. And
that was on your list 2 weeks ago, right?
It was on our list 2 weeks ago. Yes. Cameo of the Black Hulk or the Null Hulk. Number 5, Moon Knight number 1 from the 1980 series. Number 1, issue number 1. This used to be a dollar bin book, under 5 books on a good day, around $5 on a good day, and now these books are cooking. 9.6s. Let's see, 9.6 sold for $324 for last recorded sale, up 12%. And yeah, first appearance of Bushman and Khonshu. Next on the list, at number 4, Strange Academy number 15. Amazing cover. First cover appearance of Gaslamp. Love Strange Academy. And Virgil Ramos is a hit and miss artist, and he has been hitting out of the park on Strange Academy books. Scotty Young written stuff and just really great stuff. This is the book that you want to pick up every week because every single one of these books has a chance to be a moneymaker. And that's my opinion.
Who's writing it now?
Scotty Young.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Number 3, Moon Knight, the issue 7 Raza variant. Raza is a stud, absolutely unbelievable. Do your backstory on Raza. Go watch Comic Book Women, the most recent episode. They do a really good job spotlighting Raza. Really cool story about him. This book is moving. This was not a ratio variant. I think it was an open order, and it's just beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous cover. That is Moon Knight, the current run, issue number 7. Number 2, Hulk number 3, the craziness that is Donny Cates' Hulk. That is just not good. And of course, everybody's specking on this Titan character, or they're calling him Black Hulk, not officially named. I believe his name is Titan, so be on the lookout for that. It's still garbage. Don't know why people are even reading it. And number 1, the Arthur Harrow only appearance, first and only appearance, Moon Knight, Fist of Khonshu, Moon Knight number 2 from 1985, the second volume in Moon Knight canon, I guess. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. All right, let's go next to the next list. Of course, Key Collector has their 10 list. Marvel Spotlight on their list, number 10 on their hot 10. Of course, first appearance of Johnny Blaze. This book is always hot. It's never not hot. Amazing Spider-Man number 6 is number 9. First appearance and origin of the Lizard. I don't understand why this is so hot. I guess there were some record-breaking sales this week to put it on the list. First reference to Spider-Man's ability to sense danger with the thought of my Spidey sense is starting to tingle. Next book, number 8 on the list, Amazing Spider-Man number 50. First appearance of Kingpin Wilson Fisk, another book that is always hot. And this might be getting to the point where...
I just found a hot book today, guys. I don't know where it came from. I haven't had a chance to research it yet. But you know how they made those little mini Spider-Man 300s that everybody's going nuts for? I just found a sealed, bagged, mini Amazing Spider-Man 50 from something that I had in a box.
It's from the DVD. I mean, the DVD collector's edition, the mini comic.
Oh, for Daredevil?
No, not from Daredevil, from the Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh, why would they have a Kingpin? Oh, because he gave up. Okay, yeah. Okay.
So D'Onofrio is perfect casting, and Marvel has just hit it out of the park with 90% of their castings. They got a few ones that are questionable, that's for sure. But D'Onofrio is one of the best, and him showing up just like Charlie Cox showing up as Matt Murdock. And we are going to be getting more of those Netflix characters showing up. They want even more of them. It's gone over so well that there's going to be more. And I know you guys have all seen the pictures of Mr. Fantastic. Very interesting how that's going to play out. Maybe we'll talk about that next week. But I love that Mr. Fantastic leak. But this one is record high sales this week. So that is a reason why it's on number 8. Number 7 on their list, Strange Tales 126. First appearance of Dormammu, kind of funny. First appearance of Clea. Doctor Strange is right now getting ready to have the Part 2, Multiverse of Madness. There's a rumor that Charlize Theron has been cast as Clea. Unconfirmed. We'll see what happens. This book had some record-breaking sales also this week. Darth Vader, number 3 at the number 6 spot. First appearance of Dr. Aphra. First appearance of the Murder Droids, who are just as cool, in my opinion, as Aphra. BT1 and 000. Really cool stuff. I think that they'll catch on just as much, especially when we see them in the cinematic universe as Aphra. We all know why that's there. Number 5 on their list is Amazing Spider-Man 194. There was some crazy sales for this, of course. And I've seen some of these sell raw on Whatnot for crazy deals. Of course, Whatnot, the best place to get deals in comics right now. It's absolutely amazing. If you guys don't believe me, just go take a look on it. Use the link in the description of the show. You guys can save $10 off your first sale. Number 4 on the list, Incredible Hulk number 2. Listen, a lot of these books on Key Collectors list are out of reach for us. There are certain books that will fit the hot 10 every week. Spawn, Amazing Spider-Man 300, Ghost Rider. Those are always going to be on this list. Some of these books are so far out of reach for this. Maybe that's why a lot of people don't reference this list that much. But Incredible Hulk number 2 is at number 4 on the list. Second appearance of the Hulk. First appearance of the green skin Hulk.
I pressed out a 2-0 Phil's Hulk that I picked up from him in Baltimore. I pressed out his 2-0, came back at 3-5.
Woo!
Nice.
All right, next on the list, number 3, Amazing Spider-Man number 16. First meeting of Spider-Man and Daredevil. Great book. Also, you guys don't sleep on Daredevil number 16. First John Romita Spider-Man. First John Romita Spider-Man, Daredevil number 16. Crazy how they did that. But yeah, 4th appearance of the Daredevil, first appearance outside his own title, some record-breaking sales on this. Of course, the Charlie Cox in the movie doesn't hurt that. And Batman 423, number 2 on their list this week. Total amazing Todd McFarlane cover with some crazy airs in it that you don't recognize until somebody shows you. I'm not going to ruin it for you. But he put out his figure, his deluxe figure on this week. And this book again is one of those books that is always hot, always hot. Number 1 on their list, Werewolf by Night 33, second appearance of Moon Knight, one of the affordable early Moon Knight appearance books. Also, of course, Werewolf by Night is getting some love too. We're going to see Jake Gomez show up in that special, the Werewolf by Night special. I guess they're doing for Halloween or Christmas. I can't remember. But yeah, that's number 1 on their list with some record-breaking sales. That is the hot comic review for January 20.
That's pretty cool. You get a kind of it's a broad
Wide
look
range.
at wide range.
Yep.
You
You
got
know
some
what you
Silver
didn't
Age
see
in
on
there.
it?
You got some new releases, and then you've got some, just nice mix.
You didn't see a fucking gorilla get eaten up by a chainsaw.
No, you didn't.
Fuck you,
Which is-
Diebeard.
I have a funny feeling Moon Knight's gonna suck.
Oh no, I think Moon Knight's gonna be really, really good, man. I think.
No,
it's gonna
I'm
be
saying
really
that
good.
so that it ends up being good, because everything that I've said is gonna be good is shit.
Here's the thing. If you are in this business and you ever think to bet against Disney Marvel, didn't say Disney Marvel, you're an idiot. But I will say this. I honestly think that Warner Brothers might not screw up Green Lantern.
Ooh, Eric Hurd just hit it out of the park. Eric Hurd hit me up. He said Brian sent you a CBCS updated design label on IG. Hopefully Dennis will approve. Here you go, you guys. This is the label up top, and this is the new design. As you can see, a bigger font on everything and placement of your areas, so there isn't these big, huge spaces everywhere. Changes
sorry.
everything.
Do you need? Can you look? Oh no, Brian, you can shake your head. When you look at somebody's giant wall, and
That's
they
the exact
have,
reason. That's the
No,
exact
listen.
reason. If I'm at a con and there's a wall
Listen to my
there.
whole sentence.
All right, go ahead.
You got to listen to my whole sentence. You're telling me that you can't tell that is a particular comic book. If you see NYX number 3 on somebody's wall, I guarantee you could spot it from just the comic book.
Yeah, but I can't tell if it has if it's a 9.8 white pages unless I go look right up close to it. At least with the bigger font and the better placement, I can.
Okay.
I don't have to say, "Hey, can I see that book to know what
So
grade it is?"
that's not real. That's not real.
Here's the
No,
thing.
that's not real.
Put up,
Oh man.
first
Yeah,
of
this is
all,
Eric
you're
Hurd.
using a CBCS yellow label. I'm not daring you to do this, but just put up a CGC, a CBCS, a current CBCS. Don't use yellow and then blue to redesign it. Use a blue, put it right next to CGC. I guarantee you, CGC's white pages is smaller than that white on CBCS's label. So your argument is moot on that point, Brian.
No,
So
my
why
main
is-
argument about the
You
way
need
the
it in a
label
white
looks.
box.
No,
You
no,
need it in a
no,
white
no.
box.
No, my main argument is that it looks terrible with all the open space and the little bits of words here, little bits of words here. It looks better when you're taking up more space, and it looks boring behind here. He put a little ghosted thing here. He
I heard
changes up the
Borak.
color a little.
Borak gave the explanation. You're not buying our label. You're buying our service. And
Well,
the
boy,
book.
wasn't he wrong.
Yeah,
People
so-
are buying the label.
No, they need to make sure they have enough room to put the check mark on there. For
In fact, I would prefer they encapsulate the book this big and then put the label
On the
somewhere
back.
else. I don't need to see the label that fucking huge across.
why
the
is
top of my book.
CBCS saying exceptionally white pages?
Oh my
Dude, I
God!
got
Are
it
you kidding
exceptionally
me?
white.
Oh.
The book I got it on was an 8.0. Jessup actually had pressed it, but he was like, "Dude, these are like super white
So,
pages, but I can't get this."
Right, but this is what I have a problem with: the check mark and those comments extremely white. If you felt like that book had extremely white pages, give it a gray bump. Don't fuck around. Don't make the book a 9.4 with extremely white pages or a check mark. Give them a 9.6. or
Well,
give
I
them a
think they
9.8.
should. I
If you
personally
looked at that book and go, "Holy shit, this book has like superior white pages,"
I
give
personally
them a
think,
grade bump. Don't insult us by like putting a 9.4 with the
yeah, but
check
I
mark.
personally think
Because
they need to fully
that
lean in
pisses
on
me
banter.
off.
I think they need to come up with subgrades. I think they need to come up with subgrades and go full lean in, grade it on pages, grade it on centering, grade it on all of that, and they would change the game overnight. Because we all know that we've seen some horribly centered 9.8 CGC books where the Spider-Man 300 has the black wrap coming all the way around to the back, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, just reading the comments, Jay.
that's what I
Look at the
thought
guy.
personally, but yeah.
No, but like, why? It's almost insulting. Like, if you thought that it had, exceptionally white pages, well,
the
give me
check
a grade
mark,
bump.
I absolutely when I got that
What,
check
I mean, don't
mark,
you agree? Like, if you felt like that book, like the pages took precedence, like that, you've got to level up my book and give me the fucking grade,
I
right?
think they're calling the extremely white the level up. The market just doesn't give you the money for an
Right.
extremely white,
And that's what it's
level up.
about.
So you got to hate the market.
So I want to shout out Tony H with a $5 super chat. He says, "How about if they just put notes on all graded
They
books?"
do at CBCS.
Yes, I think that CGCS is really fucking up by not doing that.
No, they do. CBCS.
I agree. No, that's what I'm saying. CGC
Oh.
is really fucking up by not
CGC
doing
is,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they offer free graders notes now from
bullshit. Half the
No,
time
they
they're not
don't,
there.
because Jessup just got a book back that was 9.6, and he said, well, he called up and he said, oh, they're supposed to have graders notes. And
Oh,
he
okay.
was
So
just
they're
telling
still
me
doing
that-
that shit.
Yeah, and then he said, okay, then why is my book a 9.6? And they're like, they didn't put anything down.
Yeah, I want grader notes on all.
But it's a
fucking
9.8.
books. Yeah.
If you're CGC giving out free graders notes now, and you give a book a 9.6, there better be a goddamn note in there to say why it's a 9.6 and not a 9.8.
So I got an
They don't
argument
like your
with a
attitude,
lady
Dennis,
there at
that's why.
CGC. I got in an argument with a lady at CGC, and she told me that it was a courtesy, and they have the autonomy to put graders notes.
In other
And-
words,
or not. put
in other words,
graders
don't
notes.
freaking ask us any questions. You take what you get and get the frick out of here.
And
Yeah.
you
No
will
grades
like
for you.
it.
No
Yeah.
grades for you. Send it back. No grades for you.
Well, that's what the one I just got back from CGC. It's a 9.4, and it says no graders notes.
That's why I got
Oh,
a
it's a
9.4.
9.8,
If
right?
had
You
paid for the
figure it
graders
out,
notes-
chump. You figure
did.
it out.
I looked at it. I figured it out, but there should be graders notes.
Right, you call
I'm
them
just-
up. Hey, what's wrong?
But that-
You
Brian,
well, look at
it's
the
just-
book. You should be able to see, dummy. Right?
Right?
And I understand there's too many people in this industry that have too many CGC books graded in their collection, and by poking holes in the integrity of CGC would cost them money, would cost them aggravation. But I'm sorry, it's the conversation that we should be having right now.
Yeah, of course. I agree. I think it's
And
it's
I've got a
definitely
ton
not a
of books.
conversation we shouldn't have. That's
Dude,
for
I got
sure.
a ton of books that are graded by CGC back when I trusted them.
It,
But
it's
one
almost
thing-
like debating first appearances of characters. The market's always going to decide what's the
Right.
first appearance and what's not. Same thing with grades. A grader, like third party authenticators. You know, it's like if the market says CGC's the premium, they're going to make it the premium, no matter what you say. No matter if Wolverine appears in a big panel and says, "Hey, I'm Wolverine. Look at me. It's my first appearance." Even though you're going to think the next issue is, but I'm right here, right now. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Well, and I always go by the fact that Marvel has always said his first appearance is 180. But as I say all the time in the comment section, cameo appearance is just a retailer's way of saying, "Oops, I fucked up and didn't buy enough first appearances."
Yes. Yeah. First
It
appearance
really
is the
is.
first appearance. Yeah.
And when all of the retailers were like, "Oh, all you guys want to buy about this, you want to check about this new character at the end of that Hulk? Okay, we'll buy a whole bunch of 181s." And we sold out of all those, and we don't have any 180s. we still at least have a little stack of these 181s. So all the 181's the hot book to have.
Hey, how many panels does Tosin appear in that Black Panther book? Because
A lot.
A lot. Is
Yeah.
it more than 14? Because Gambit appeared in 14 panels in the X-Men annual,
Yeah.
right? But that's his cameo.
Again,
almost-
it's
I
So I was
he's
thinking
almost-
this could be Tosin's cameo.
But they were fighting that. Retailers were fighting that, and the grading people and the retailers, they were all fighting that. And I'm like, the second I heard it, I was just like, and that's his first appearance. Go fuck yourselves. Same thing with what is it? Marvel Team Up 141. It came out a week before. Fuck 252.
So, Sam,
Yeah.
I seen there was a lot of news about circulation of manga books this last week, and how just manga is just continuing to crush all printed media, right? I mean, just continuing its dominance.
Yeah, so there were a couple stories that really caught my attention this week. One of them was that the digital manga sales went crazy. Like it increased like 4.5% over last year, which was huge. Something like, I think I said the number was something like 71 billion yen.
Yeah.
Or 411.4 billion yen, which translates to, I think you divide by
American.
100 to get the dollars. But it's huge amount of increase in the digital market. But the other story that caught my attention was France. France is a huge manga market. And last year they put out a top 20 of the manga that were selling in France. And it's all the stuff that I was buying 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Naruto #1, Naruto #2, One Piece #1, Naruto #3. Those came out decades ago.
Yeah.
And
That's surprising.
and you still have, I mean, Demon Slayer is recent. Jujutsu Kaisen is recent. My Hero Academia,
Academia is
fairly
recent.
recent, though it's now the second oldest running
65
series
million
in
copies.
Shonen Jump. So, but that's the thing, is that in the United States, you can still can find them, but you won't find first runs of them anymore. Like you're gonna have to go to. Like I tried
I
to
bet you
get
Dennis
One
has
Piece
a fucking storage locker full of them.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No, seriously.
I tried to get a One
just
Piece volume
about
30, and it took weeks to get a volume 30. And they're coming out with these like omnibus editions that I just don't think are as cool, because you're losing the covers from each individual volume.
Well, Sam, think about this. At this point, how long has Naruto Volume 1 been in stock or been in print? 15, 20 years?
So it started in I want to say it was either 2000. No, it was 99. 1999 is when it started.
So
It was in print probably the year 2000.
I know paper costs. We all know paper costs, but manga paper is a cheaper paper.
Yeah.
At what point is the attrition level to get me to rebuy everything? I'm not going to buy a $9.99 manga on everything. I honestly think that they need to start making these box sets, of a lot of that classic stuff, and using that as a loss leader to get more people involved.
They do. They do have those.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
But
They have box
what's
sets.
the cheapness factor? How much do you save by buying that?
I think it's 35% off the cover price.
I think we can do better. I mean, right now in the comic,
They're still selling. They're still selling at that rate.
I know, but I think they could be selling even more in the U.S. and they could get more stores on board. Because right now, I know most of the manga places and most of the comic shops I go to, the manga selection is still probably in the 1/10 of the product mix.
Yeah. At LCS is sure, but at Barnes and Noble, it's
No. I get that, and to get retailers into that mindset to put it to 20% or 33%, you've got to get them. You've got to get them committed on a cheaper, price point.
Even at Barnes and Nobles, though, they have like tons of number 1, then it goes to 3, so you're still having to order something in the middle.
Because they don't do a huge print run. They, Viz and Kodansha, they're sending to a bunch of retailers. So and then also on Amazon. So you've got number 1s and then number 11s at Walmart, for example, or number 1s and number 8s at Target. And Barnes and Noble tries to keep as many of the volumes in stock as they can afford to. But if you go look for One Piece right now, you're going to see these omnibus volumes and then the most recent 3 or 4 volumes out. And that's it. And One Piece is a series that's been running since 1997. Right. So, but I would say scroll down and some more of the surprises here are Spy Family. Spy Family is a fairly new series, and it doesn't even come out in the magazine. It's only digital, and then they print the volumes. And that's another one that's hitting big. One title that is surprising me that is not on this top 28 list is Chainsaw Man, but it's not.
Yes.
Apparently, this is France. They have their own taste, but Chainsaw Man should be on this list for sure.
So One Piece English manga box set, volume 1 through 3, volume 1 through 70, just sold for $1,500.
Wow.
That was then One Piece manga box sets 1 through 3, volumes 91 to 97, and a volume of 1 and 2 of another Ace story, $1,600.
There you go. I mean, One Piece is lighting up the U.S. right now because the anime is hitting new heights, and it's
Everybody
going.
Drink.
They just had their 100th episode, right?
1,000th episode.
1,000th episode.
Yeah, 1,000th episode.
It'll do great until it gets a Netflix series, and one of the actresses calls all of the fans assholes, and then.
Well, it's funny you say that, because that was another story that I posted in the chat was the Netflix live action sets are being leaked. Some of the ships they're using for One Piece sets are being released, or being leaked, and that's pretty exciting if you're a follower of the series like I am. And everything I'm seeing about this live action gets me excited, and I liked the Cowboy Bebop series. I'll admit that it had its flaws, but it also had quite a bit of charm, I think, too. And it just didn't garner very much. I mean, Cowboy Bebop is an old series, and the audience for it is pretty narrow, although quite devoted. And it's just the cost of producing that series didn't justify, or wasn't justified by the amount of hours that they had logged in. One Piece much less sexy than Two Piece. Well, we'll see. We'll see when we get to the end. We'll see when we get to the end of the series.
Well, this was another interesting thing that Sam, that you brought up that I thought was interesting. They the new Spider-Man movie, Marvel has revealed a new Spider-Man logo representing all 3 Spider-Man logos. Have you guys seen this? This is kind of interesting.
This is pretty cool.
Oh, wow.
Sold.
Yeah, you're going to want to pick up one of those. That's awesome. I thought that looked so cool.
They didn't throw Miles in there, too.
Yeah.
Well, he's not in that movie
yet.
Yeah, but also he's in there animated.
Yeah.
Look at this one.
So that line, that Andrew Garfield line in No Way Home, where he says, "I love you guys," and they're like, "Thanks."
Yeah.
That was improvised.
Improvised, right? And they did do. I remember when I first saw the movie, I was like, they didn't do the Spider-Man pointing scene. They fucking did.
They did.
Yeah, they
did.
They did it twice. Yeah.
They did it twice.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great. was awesome. So
Dude, I need that fucking shirt.
yeah, it is. It's pretty cool,
Cool
man.
shirt, yeah.
Who's
that through?
Pretty cool. This let's see here, Marvel Entertainment. So there you go.
Oh, right
Big
from their
surprise
website.
there.
Okay.
Yeah,
I want it on a red- I
Marvel.com.
want it on a red shirt though.
Yeah, they should make that. They should make that one logo. Like some of these should be like foil, or like, you know, maybe the blue one should be like foil-ish or something. Got some zing on it. They could do something to make that even cooler. So I don't know. I just thought that was cool too. So good stuff. I see a lot of people still asking. People are talking about first appearances of anime and comic books, and we're gonna make a list of a lot of that stuff. I know Topher has done a good job of curating that list over the years, and it's something that I think that would be a lot of us would love to know about. A lot of us have that written down somewhere, but we don't know it off the tops of our head. So it'd be cool to go through that one of these days. All those there are a lot of them are in magazines too, like Shonen Jump and such. So
I do have giant boxes full of old Shonen Jumps.
there you go.
Those are
big
selling.
money. Yeah,
Those are selling. If you get a good issue, if you get a good issue that has like the first chapter of Bleach or something.
Well, and not just that, but also the Yu-Gi-Oh cards are there.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
And Yu Yu Hakusho and all the different cards that premiered in Shonen Jump are going to have big bumps too.
Yeah, I still have a bunch of those cards in my closet.
yeah, I love that stuff. That's cool, man. Very cool. All right,
I got the German edition.
Yeah. Be on the lookout for the foreign stuff. I seen. All right. Somebody put in here that they're going to be doing a facsimile Sandman. Have you heard that, Dennis?
A facsimile of Sandman for DC?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. I spent 16 years, 2005, 17 years in this industry. And all I hear is Marvel say, well, we're not going to do what DC does, you know, whenever the retailers would ask, hey, why don't you do this? And then I spent 17 years of listening to DC go, oh, we're not going to do what Marvel does. And then they eventually all sneakily do exactly what the other one does. You know, Marvel did the True Believer $1 books. DC did $1 DCs. Marvel does facsimiles. DC does exact copy or whatever they call it. It's basically a facsimile, but they're not original. You know, Marvel does ratio. They did 50-50s after DC did 50-50s. And then Marvel started doing ratios. DC started doing ratios and then said, oh, well, we're not going to do ratios anymore. And now they just do $1 extra for the second cover. You know, it's just, I'm waiting for Marvel to pull, you know, that same $1 extra for the second cover.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
What is the question? Oh, that's drink. Russian bot.
It's a drink.
Oh,
Right.
Russian bot.
I don't know what to think about these facsimiles anymore, man. It's just
I say they're the greatest thing ever, and you should definitely hold on to them.
Well, we'll see what happens with them.
You know, but I mean, and there is something. Here's the thing, Brian. Are you ever going to? Well, you might actually, but are you ever going to have an Amazing Fantasy 15 that you're going to
probably not?
Okay.
I'll admit that one. I will
Right.
chalk that one up to
most
likely not.
One of my favorite things back when I was a kid was to go to the library and check out Marvel, the Stan Lee, Bring on the Bad Guys. It was a big, thick book. It was about that thick. And it had reprints of all those original old dot matrix printed Doctor Doom and Submariner, Magneto stories. And I'll tell you what, man, I didn't think I would ever hold any of those original books ever. And then, of course, you start selling comic books, and then you get to hold these books, and then you sell them, and then, you know, they're just a notch on your belt. But at a certain point, I'd like to be able to take Amazing Fantasy 15 and see what ad for.
I agree for that.
3D
I like
glasses.
looking. Yes, I love the fact that if they're going to do the facsimile, at least they keep the original ads in there. I do, because that is like historical, and I agree. That is a great point.
And the thing is I have a copy of the Constitution. It's not an original, but John Hancock's signature is just as big on my copy as it is on the one sitting in the National Archives.
Yeah,
You know,
I agree. Yeah.
There's a historical thing to be able to see this and touch it and be able to feel it. Even if it's a copy, you want it there. And that's my feeling on it. Especially as Amazing Fantasy 15 gets out of everyone's reach.
Yeah.
And if you get one, you want it slabbed immediately so you don't fuck it up.
I just want to
only with good font.
The cautionary tale is not getting taken, and that isn't all on it goes both ways. If you're buying something, know what the fuck you're buying.
Yeah,
So,
I felt bad. I mean, we got really wrapped up in that whole UF4 situation, and at the point. I will say this, at the point at which we did our variant, we were, I think, the only ones that contacted them to do it. And our idea was clearly very fucking good. And then the sheer volume of wannabes that popped out of the fucking woodwork. Yeah, mine doesn't have the map on the back. But the sheer volume of people that jumped out of the woodwork to jump on. Oh, Dennis came up with a great idea. Oh my God, we could do this and we could do that. And we could do this. And then it had already started before that, but the sheer volume of people that were kind of shady in presenting the facsimile regular and Marvel. I mean, clearly they changed it enough to do that. They could have put a little red border around the UPC code that said reprint, or something. I don't know. But the point is the sheer volume of people who wanted to jump on and make money off of that and make not just a little bit of money, but a ludicrous amount of money.
Yes.
There's no shame in buying a $5 comic to sell for 10 or 20. No. But when you sell the $5 comic for $100 because people think it's the $1,000 book.
That's misrepresentation.
Exactly.
Yep. Well, listen, you guys, this was a great show.
It was
turned into a really killer show, and that's why we love Modern Comic Mayhem on Saturday nights.
And Brian and I thought this was going to be a quick show.
Yeah. I'm like, man, this is going to be a fucking quick one. So, Dennis, we appreciate you jumping on like always, brother. Sticks, thank you.
Anytime.
We appreciate you. Sam, listen, Sam is the unsung hero of this show. We're gonna do our best to keep Sam spotlighted on the shit because
we don't want him to go to the dark side.
Yeah, I think he's a very good part of it. Yeah. Fucking Renovision.
They just wanted me to talk about Boba Fett.
Yeah, fucking Renovision. Speaking of Renovision, go check out Renovision. Make sure you sub. They have an amazing show over there called Tales from the Dark Side, among others. Great
Thanks for
stuff
checking
over
us
there.
out, Comic Shack.
Yeah, thanks, Comic Shack. We appreciate you. Also, you guys check out all the retailers that we love, aka Wonderworld Comics, Jesse James Comics, Hive Comics, Bird City Comics, Wanted Comics. There's all kinds of them. Those are some of the guys that we really fuck with over here and that we respect. Many more out there, and we can't wait to see you guys again next week. Sticks, what do you have coming up? You have anything coming up? You got any cool whatnot sales?
A lot of people have been doing the Spider-Man one this weekend, so I might do one tomorrow. I might do an all Spider-Man book one tomorrow.
Well, make sure you guys go follow Sticks.
Monday on Mondays.
So Dennis is doing Mystery Box Monday on Monday, so make sure you guys follow Wonderworld Comics on whatnot. Sam, Dodgeball Wednesday night. What's going on?
We have a Facebook group where we stream our games live, but Feel
Let me
free to
link that.
tune into the IG for the highlight.
Let me link that shit. If my
I
internet-
joined you on IG. Looks like awesome.
Well,
Thank you.
let me go here. Triple D. Kyle, what do you got coming up? You got anything coming up? You're always just chilling, brother.
I'm just chilling.
Kyle's chilling. Let's get the blood alcohol level.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Everybody, here is the link to Triple D Dodgeball. Definitely go check it out. It is awesome. And send eSIM a message on IG. Let's get him to participate in some dodgeball. And make sure you guys are following Tales from the Flipside on Whatnot. Big news coming up shortly. We will be announcing stuff here in the next week. Friday nights and Fridays are going to be crazy on Whatnot. You guys will hear more soon.
It only says 0.04.
He's not a real professional alcoholic,
Slacker.
you guys.
There weren't enough
Slacker.
Russian bots in the chat.
There was not enough Russian.
Damn
bots.
Russian bot. And as Arthur says, 155 assholes in the room. Hit the like button, and you will no longer be an asshole. Don't worry, guys. I'm you're not assholes. We love you. And thank you again also for all the super chats. You guys, just as many as you guys that are hanging out watching us live. We appreciate all of you. You guys make this show better, not only with your support, but by just taking part in the live chat and being here. A lot of community members this week. Shout out to Thorough. I saw Thorough in here tonight. We're going to get Thorough on some shows here coming up. And that being said, make sure to keep an eye on Sunday nights. We might have a new show coming up on Sundays for all you Wednesday Warriors. And then, of course, Monday night's the flagship. Tuesday night, Comic Book Women. Wednesday night, we are going card crazy for all you trading card fans. Thursday night is the Modern Playbook Crew. Friday night, Hot 10. Back to Saturday, the Modern Comic Mayhem show. Much love to everybody. We will see you again next time.